And we are live. We are back. We are back with the Premier League preview. It's been a long day. It's been a very, 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 very long day. And we're back after the international break, FA Cup, and all that good stuff. It's been a weird start to the season in terms of, weird start to the year in terms of the Premier League, where January was a bit scanty, and now this is the first set of games in February. We did have a game on the weekend, Watford and Burnley, ended in a 0-0 draw. We'll talk about that one, but we are back to talk Premier League football, man. So big up to each and every one of you guys watching the video right now. Feels a bit weird, to be honest, doing this again. Seriously, after the whole AFCON and the World Cup qualifiers and all that good stuff. And now we're back to talk Premier League, and we'll have Champions League. We'll have a lot of things to talk about. But yeah, man, I've just been busy. I've just been busy with work and, as I mentioned, with the international break and all that good stuff. So we're back, baby, and we're back to talk Premier League football. But before we do, guys, let's get into the FA Cup 4th round, and we're going to take a look at a 5th round draw. And then we're going to get into the recap for what happened in match week 23 and all that good stuff. And then we'll talk match week 24. We'll talk some transfers and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's talk, guys. Let's talk. So let's talk FA Cup 4th round. We're not going to waste any time. Big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Show the stream a bit of love, man. Do appreciate that. Big up to each and every one of y'all. So let's go. Let's talk FA Cup 4th round. Just a quick recap and, talk the results. Not going to go deep because I didn't even watch the highlights for all these games. That'll be a lot of games to watch highlights for, right? I think there were like 16 matches. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So the big one, the big talking point, Man United won, Middlesbrough won, with Middlesbrough winning 8-7 on penalties. Anthony Elanga skying his penalty. And I heard he got some abuse online for that one. That's not right. That is not right at all. But it's just harsh that it was a young man, Anthony Elanga, who's been a bright spark for United over the last couple of weeks. It's just unfortunate that it was him. So hard luck to Man United, but they're out of the FA Cup. I did put out a little video laughing at them, and right now I am laughing inside. But no time for that right now. Let's just take a moment to just laugh at Manchester United, though. Still, I gotta take a little time to be petty, So, Kidderminster Harriers 1, West Ham United 2. We got to give it to Kidderminster. I was watching this game. They took West Ham all the way to 120 minutes. It took Declan Rice coming off the bench to do the business. And then a late goal there. I think that was Jared Bowen with the late goal, if I'm not mistaken, to win the game. So, West Ham was pushed all the way and almost got embarrassed by 6th tier Kidderminster Harriers. Chelsea 2, Plymouth Argyle 1. The same thing with Chelsea. They were pushed to 120 minutes. I actually was watching bits and pieces of this game, but I heard Plymouth Argyle did get a penalty and they didn't take opportunity there. United did get a penalty. Ronaldo put it wide too. So, yeah, but in this instance, Chelsea did go on to beat Plymouth Argyle. Manchester City 4, Fulham 1. Look, I think Fulham played well. And then afterwards, they were just destroyed. You know what I mean? We're going to take a look at this game. And we had Fabio Carvalho scoring in the 4th minute. Look, I'm pretty sure when Fabio Carvalho scored, all the Liverpool fans were going crazy. And they were saying, oh my God, Fabio Carvalho is going to destroy Manchester City. But that was a really good goal, though. Good team goal to put Fulham ahead, but 2 minutes later, Ilkay Gundogan scored, and then John Stones, headed City ahead in the 13th minute, and then second half, Mahrez with a penalty, and then deflected goal off the defender there. So convincing win in the end for Manchester City as they look to win the FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be difficult, but, you know, City's going to try to definitely win the FA Cup. Peterborough United 2, QPR 0. We had Norwich defeating Wolves 1-0. You got to give it to Norwich, though. That's their third straight win in successive matches. So you got to give it to the Canaries. Huddersfield 1, Barnsley 0. Everton under Frankie Lampard for the first time, smashing Thomas Frank's Brentford 4-1. You got to give it to Everton, though. You take a look at this game. We had Yerry Mina, Richarlison, Mason Holgate, and Andros Townsend scoring for Everton, while Ivan Toney, the man who was in the news lately, you know, said F you Brentford. I ain't really look into it too much, but yeah, he's on the score sheet there. So well done, Frankie Lampard, back in the league, baby. Oh man, so many managers sacked already this season. Lampard have found a way back. Stoke 2, Wigan 0, Southampton 2, Coventry 1, Crystal Palace 2, Hartlepool 0. Listen, Crystal Palace couldn't get the better of Liverpool last time around, but they got the better of Hartlepool. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get the freaking liver, you get the heart. But you got to give it to Michael Olise, though. That's the reason why I clicked this. Michael Olise is rising in stature game by game. So big up to Michael Olise, man. One for the future. Cambridge 0, Luton 3, Tottenham 3, Brighton 1. Liverpool 3, Cardiff City 1. Let's click on this game. We had Diego Jota scoring in the 53rd minute. Liverpool did get a lot of opportunities, though, but failed to convert those opportunities early on in the game. I was actually watching this game. Can't remember each and every detail, but Jota had opportunities. He did finally score, and then Minamino got one. Harvey Elliott came off the bench and got one. But the Minamino goal really quick. Luis Diaz. Oh, man. Luis Diaz making his Liverpool debut. And actually, the skill he pulled off to set up Minamino was just sublime. A little, you know, fortune. The ball did deflect. I think he got a nutmeg on the player. But it's the skill on the byline, though. God damn, Luis Diaz. You ain't got to do him like that. And Minamino, who has been very good in the cups. He was wanted by quite a few clubs, but Liverpool didn't let him go. And Minamino wouldn't get another cup goal. But the bigger talking point would be the Harvey Elliott goal, man. That was a freaking sweet goal. I got to give it to Harvey Elliott. Coming back from injury, first match, and he puts one in the back of the net. So Liverpool fans will be buzzing. They got Harvey Elliott back like a new signing in January. They got Luis Diaz, and he looked good on his first outing. And you had Mo Salah and Mane both playing the AFCON final, with Mane winning the thing. And those players will come back very soon. But I don't think they'll be involved this week. Well, you never know. Maybe on the bench. But big talking point also, Ruben Colwill for Cardiff City. And the youngster got a very good goal there as well. So it just shows that Liverpool will give you opportunities. But Liverpool will move on to the next round, and they will face Norwich City. We'll get to that in a fifth round draw reaction pretty soon. So well played, Reds, and they move on. They move on along with Chelsea and City, but not Manchester United and Arsenal, who did get knocked out by Nottingham Forest, who completely smashed a very good Leicester City 11, 4-1. In this game, Peter Zinkernagel in the 23rd, Brennan Johnson in the 24th, Joe Worrell in the 32nd, 3-0 up in 30 minutes, and Kelechi Iheanacho got one in the 48th, and then Jed Spence in the 61st to give Forest a 4-1 win, a resounding win for Nottingham Forest. Guys, are we going to see Forest in the Premier League pretty soon? Who knows? You never know. They're making some good signings. They did sign Richie Laryea, the Canadian fullback, Ethan Hobart as well. So that's for the CONCACAF fans there. So we're going to go back, and we got one more game to talk about there, and that's Bournemouth 0, Boham Wood 1. You got to give it to Boham Wood. They're actually a non-league team, and I think they're the only non-league team left in the FA Cup, where Kidderminster was the other one, and Boham Wood, courtesy of Mark Ricketts, move on. So we click the FA Cup. I like to take the time to big up every one of you guys in here watching and supporting the stream right about now. Appreciate it, man. Guys, it's all about consistency, getting back into the full swing of things and talking Premier League football. And I took a few days off. I'm not going to lie about that. Took a couple days off. I haven't even talked about the AFCON final yet. I think when I'm done, I'm going to whip up a quick reaction on the AFCON final. It's not too late, right? It ain't too late, right? Yeah, but I've been really busy, man. I've been really busy. But the AFCON final was just yesterday. Seems like everybody already probably forget about that already, right? But yeah, in the 5th round of this year's FA Cup, we got Palace playing Stoke City, Peterborough versus Manchester City. Just like I have a feel, just like we played Peterborough in one of these cup competitions recently. Name sounds familiar in terms of playing City recently. But I think that's a very, very kind draw. Very, very kind, if you ask me. And that's the round of 16. City have a nice path into the quarterfinals right there. Lovely, lovely. Middlesbrough versus Tottenham. They will look to, knock off another big team. Forest versus Huddersfield as they look to get into the quarters. Luton Town versus Chelsea. Forest probably prefer to play a Premier League team as they have been knocking them off though. But Luton versus Chelsea, I think Chelsea should get the better of Luton. Liverpool, Norwich, that one would be a tricky one, but it's at Anfield. And, Liverpool, I think, would throw out their big guns as they're taking the competition seriously. They are taking the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup seriously this season. Wow. Wow, Liverpool, I cannot believe this. Everton versus Boham Wood as Frank Lampard looked to win Everton something. Let's see. And Southampton versus West Ham. That'll be a very, very, very good one. So that's a FA Cup 5th round draw. My reaction, I'm happy with the draw. And all the other draws are pretty solid if you ask me. You know what I mean? Pretty good draw. Pretty good draw. Let's see who's going to go on to win the FA Cup this season. As last season's winner, Leicester City, have been knocked out. Yeah, I did forget to mention that earlier, right? Yeah, but the winners of the last 2 editions being that was Arsenal the previous year, and now Leicester both knocked out. So there you have it. There you have it. The FA Cup roundup, guys. How's everybody doing? Big up to Mr. Inco, online school, home of Juve. Who else we got in here? B. Coroa. We have Dupe, Palomo, AD. All these guys join up. Lennon Sweet, Samuel. Everybody who dropped a comment already, appreciate it, man. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Would definitely appreciate that. And how's everybody feeling, man? How's everybody feeling? Guys, I actually took a nap. I was actually supposed to wake up at 9 p.m. I overslept by half hour. My wife didn't even wake me up. I don't know how I got up, but I almost slept till 12 midnight. That would have been disastrous. Would I have finished the stream if would I have come and done the stream? Maybe. Maybe not. I would have been up until 3 and I have work at 5:30. So, nah, that wasn't going to happen at all. Was definitely not going to happen. So, big up to Michael Olopido in the house, man. Nice to see you. And Mr. Fares, how are you doing? How's everybody doing? It's nice to be live chatting with you guys again. I haven't been going live with an audience a lot lately because I've been strapped for time and I just wanted to get the content done. So I've been doing live streams, but I've been doing them privately because I found it was more effective that way. The streams actually, the videos actually come out a lot better when you do them like that instead of recording them and then downloading and uploading again. Yeah, we just do no edits and get things done, man. So, look, what we're going to be doing right now, we're going to be going over to the Premier League and we're going to talk match week 23. We're going to just get up to date with things right now. So, what we're going to do, we're going to click results. Let's take a look at the last couple Premier League results. And then we're going to take a look at the table and the stats, and then we're going to get into things. So, last match, Burnley 0, Watford 0. This is not good for Burnley as they have drawn their last two matches. 0-0 against Arsenal and now 0-0 against Watford. So, look, at least they pick up 2 points, but right now they're at the bottom of the table and they need points, man. And even though they had quite a few games in hand, yeah, could be a situation where they do not pick up a lot of points in those games in hand and are left scrapping when they do catch up with the other teams. So that was that. So for the last match day, this was actually a makeup game. So the last match day, Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Good result for Burnley. I'm not going to say it's not a good result, but it is. Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 1. Leicester 1, Brighton 1. Brighton, the Jaw Kings, man. They always find a way to get into the game and get a point. Chelsea 2, Spurs 0. First loss by Antonio Conte. We had Everton 0. Aston Villa 1. Wolves 2, Brentford 1. Newcastle 1, Leeds 0. Man United 1, West Ham 0. And, don't remind me. Man City 1, Southampton 1. So, yeah, I think that's it. No, we had the game between Norwich and Watford where Norwich won 3-0. So, yeah, that's a recap for match week 23. And after match week 23, guys, this is what the table looks like. With Manchester City on top with 23 matches played, 57 points. With Liverpool second, 22 matches played, 48 points. And if they do win their game in hand, they'll be only 6 points behind City. And they have to play City, which means if they win that game, they could close the gap to 3, which is ridiculous when you think about it. You know what I mean? There is still a title race when you think about it. I thought it was over, but it seems like it's not over. You know what I mean? Chelsea, they not in it, in my opinion. But then again, you never know. You never know. But it is still Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea with the only chance of winning the title this season, right? With Liverpool and City being the favorites, with Liverpool having to do some work to catch City. City having to drop something. Well, hope that doesn't happen, but guys, it is possible. I'm afraid to say it, but it's possible. Then we have Manchester United at 4th with 22 matches played, 38 points. West Ham in 5th. A game played more with 37 points. Arsenal with 21 matches played, 36 points. So that's good for Arsenal. They could pass both West Ham and Manchester United. Tottenham in 7th. Europa Conference League place. They don't want to go there again. But you never know. They can go there, but they do have a lot of games in hand. 36 points. Wolves. They're playing well this season, man. 34 points in 8th. Brighton in 9th with 30 points. Leicester City 10th. Round off the top 10 in the league with 26 points. It's a big gap. Aston Villa 11th with 26 points. Southampton at 12. You really picked things up. Good on them. 25 points. Crystal Palace with 24 points. Brentford with 23, struggling a bit lately. Leeds United 15th with 22. And then we have the stragglers from 16 to 20. With Everton being drawn into the relegation scrap somewhat. New manager Frank Lampard will look to get him out of that. And Everton do have 19 points, 16th. Norwich outside the relegation zone on 16 points after 22 matches. Watford, new manager with Roy Hodgson, looking to deliver them to the promised land. They have 15 points. Newcastle on 15 points in 19th. And Burnley at the bottom with 13 points after 19 matches played. Yeah, they're in trouble. So, Yet again, I'd like to big up to everybody watching the stream again. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. If I care is saying big up to Dominic 11 a.m. UK Leicester versus Liverpool is a firecracker. You never walk alone. Yep, big up to you, man. Leicester did beat Liverpool last time around, so Liverpool are out. Definitely out for vengeance. Big up to the Scousy Foodie. Let's do a podcast sometime. Hit me up, man. Email me or something. You know, we talk about it. I'll see what we could do. You know, I'm open for a chat. All right. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go through the stats right now. Real quick. Nothing too long. Just take a look at who's scoring the goals and things like that. Nothing too serious. You know, review all the stats here. You have Salah on top of the goal scoring charts with 16. Jota right behind with 10. You have the injured Jamie Vardy there. You have Mane, Ronaldo, Rafinha, Dennis, Antonio all on the list. Son, Emil Smith Rowe all doing well. Trent leads the assist charts with 10. Mo Salah right behind. Andy Robertson right behind. So, listen, Liverpool are doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. João Cancelo leading the passing. City leading the passing stats there with the top 4 locked. Locked right there. All defensive players as well. Minutes played, Rudiger on top. Then, yeah, Pontus Janssen, De Gea. But Rudiger, very much involved. Salah with the most shots, 80. And he has 16 goals. Need a little bit better conversion rate there, Salah. Come on. 80 shots, you only put in 16. Do a lot better, man. Come on. What do you guys think, right? Wasteful. Very wasteful. Brandon Boy will hit the woodwork 7 times. Very unfortunate, though. Why you keep hitting the woodwork, bro? I don't know. Bruno Fernandes with the through balls. João Cancelo as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Odegaard, Buendia. Alexander-Arnold, one of the most creative players you see in the league, and Robertson is up there as well. Dwight McNeil without a lot of success. And you see like the tackling stats, Christian Norgard, Blocks, Tarkowski, Craig Dawson, tough guys of the league. You know, yeah, goalkeeper Edison leads the Golden Glove race. De Gea with the most saves, which means that Man United got the leakiest defense. Obviously, if you're saving, worst defense in the league. You know, if it wasn't for De Gea, yeah, you know what would have happened. They would have probably been fighting relegation right now. So we're going to leave it right there, man. And definitely we're going to talk these Premier League fixtures. So, yeah, we got to warm up. You know, we got to do the little intro and get things going. 23 minutes so far. And we have a long way to go. But I don't plan to be super duper long. Like I always say, but I always end up being long. I don't know why I do that, but I end up always being long, you know. So we click Everton, Newcastle here. The first game we want to talk today. So remember, we're going to get into, we're going to talk the transfers as well, definitely. Definitely want to touch on the transfer business done by each and every team. And yeah, because I didn't do a deadline day video. Definitely didn't. Busy, man, busy. So Newcastle versus Everton here. All right. So look, last game for Newcastle, a 1-0 win over Leeds. And for Everton, a 1-0 loss to Aston Villa, and they did beat Brentford 4-1 in the FA Cup. So what happened the last time these two teams met, you may ask? It was actually a 2-0 win by Newcastle United, and that was on January 30th. So they actually, you know, January 30th, 2021, though, they haven't met earlier in the season. That is actually weird that this is the first time they meet in this season. So there's still another game between Everton and Newcastle to be played. So yeah, I thought they actually played already this season, but they didn't. And the last meeting was a Newcastle win. Newcastle actually haven't lost in the last 3 matches against Everton, which is pretty solid there by Newcastle United. 2-0, 2-1, 2-2 draw. And the last loss was a 2-1 loss at home back in 2019. And they did win the game, in the earlier match there in 2019. 3-2. So in the last 6 games, Newcastle have only lost once to Everton, which is a very, very, very good stat there. So look, in terms of the managers, Frank Lampard coming up against Eddie Howe. This will be the 3rd meeting between the managers, where Lampard is yet to win against Eddie Howe. So it's going to be a tough one for Lampard, though. This is a pressure game for both managers, I got to say. And his record against Newcastle is a lot better with 3 matches played, 2 wins and a loss. And Eddie Howe's record against Everton is a mixed bag with 11 games played, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 5 losses. So in terms of the transfer business done by both clubs, we know these are clubs that did business, and we have a few things to talk about here. So for Newcastle, let's start with Newcastle United, and let's take a look at the squads really quick. And I'm not going to bring up each and every player on the screen right now. It will take forever to do this, guys. So just have to, keep it realistic here in terms of this info that I'm about to share with you right now. So, yeah. So in terms of Newcastle, they did bring in Bruno Guimaraes, Brazilian international from Olympic Lyon, for £37.9 million. And that's a big signing, man. They have spent some money. They definitely have spent some money in 2021-22. And that being £118 million total, if you want to go back to the summer as well. So, look, Chris Wood brought in £27 million, release clause triggered from Burnley. In my opinion, look, Bruno Guimaraes, quality signing, one for the future, attractive player and everything. But Chris Wood, I think, was just desperate. Seriously. I would have preferred to see them bring in the player Burnley signed in Wout Weghorst. That was a better signing, in my opinion. But let's see what Chris Wood does. They also brought in Kieran Trippier, £13.5 million from Atletico Madrid. Dan Burn from Brighton for £13.5 million as well. I did get to find out Dan Burn is a boyhood fan of Newcastle, so that's a dream move for him. Matt Targett on loan from Aston Villa. So you see these little players, I think Burn is a good signing, being that he got the height and he's been doing well for Brighton. So not a bad signing at all, hard-working player. Target, I think, is a weird one because I'm surprised he didn't stay at Villa and fight for his place, and he just went to freaking Newcastle. Like, it's just a weird signing to me. But, yeah, those are the signings done in January. Jeff Hendrick did go on to QPR on loan. Matt Longstaff went to Mansfield. Freddie Woodman to Bournemouth. And early in the season, they did bring in Joe Willock from Arsenal. He haven't really performed well at all. Definitely haven't performed well. So, yeah, man, that's your business done by Newcastle in terms of players coming in and a few players going out there on loan. So, yeah, let's take a look at what Everton did. Let's definitely take a look at what Everton did. I'll be doing this for every single team, guys, but I'm not going to be staying super long on each and every one of these ones. But I'm saying that it might be a very long... I might be here till after midnight, though, you know what I mean? Simply because this is just how I do things. And want to keep us up to date and want to just, talk transfers. So in terms of arrivals here, we had Vitaly Mykolenko coming in from Dynamo Kiev for £21 million. And he's played a couple games already. So good stuff. Good, very, very good stuff. And we had Nathan Patterson being bought from Rangers, £12 million. Dele Alli coming in from Spurs. That's a big one on a free transfer. So Everton definitely have done the business, and both Everton and Newcastle are two teams that have done the most business in the winter transfer window. But Dele Alli is a big one. Let's see how he gets on at Everton. New lease on life, and I wish him all the best. He definitely, fell down the pecking order at Spurs. We saw Anwar El Ghazi coming in from Aston Villa on loan as well. That's a quality signing, if you ask me. A player could help you underutilized at Aston Villa, but should be appreciated at Everton. Then we have the big one as well, Donny van de Beek, signed from Manchester United on loan. Very interesting signing, I must say. But I'm happy for Donny van de Beek. Hopefully he gets the bench off the last, part of his name, and he get the Beek back on, and he could actually show what he's made of. So El Ghazi, Van de Beek, Dele Alli, Nathan Patterson, and Mikalenko brought in January. And departures, Luca Dean moving to Aston Villa is the most notable one there as well. So in the summer there was a big clear out at Everton, and another big addition to the squad is the manager Frank Lampard coming in to replace Rafa Benitez. So Rafa Benitez, former Liverpool man, joined Everton, which was the dumbest move I think he could have made. Career suicide, if you ask me. Yeah, he should get more jobs, but you know what I mean? Very dumb, Rafa. Very dumb. But let's see what the former Chelsea manager, Frank Lampard, is actually going to do with Everton. I wish him all the best. So, look, we're definitely going to keep it moving, guys. And we just have a few notes to touch on. Players injured and things like that. Callum Wilson would be out for Newcastle. And new signing, Dan Burn is also a doubt. Bruno Guimaraes could feature. Jamal Lascelles, Federico Fernandez, Isaac Hayden, and Joel Linton all dealing with injuries and could miss out on this game. For Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin fit to play. Ben Godfrey out injured for 4 to 5 weeks. Abdoulaye Decore, Tom Davies, and Fabian Delph won't feature. And that's because of injuries. And we have Dele Alli, Van de Beek, and Anwar El Ghazi, new signings that could all take part in this game for Frank Lampard in his first Premier League game after winning that FA Cup match there. So, look, let's just get to the insight here, the latest. Will Lampard emulate predecessors with unbeaten start? Frank Lampard can be the 13th consecutive permanent Everton manager to go unbeaten in his first match, winning 8 and drawing 4. Newcastle United are aiming to win consecutive home Premier League matches against Everton for the first time since 2004. Following their 1-0 win at Leeds United last time out, Newcastle are looking to secure back-to-back Premier League victories for the first time since May. The Magpies have won just once in 11 home league matches this season, however drawing 6 and losing 4. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored in his last 3 away Premier League appearances against Newcastle for Everton. The last opposition player to score 4 in a row at St James's Park was Daniel Sturridge between 2011 and 13, while the last Toffees player to do so was Kevin Campbell back in 1999 and 2002. Anthony Taylor would ref the game. And in terms of my prediction, guys, look, both teams are in a situation right now where they need points. This is indeed a 6-pointer. Yes, Everton do have 19 points. And Newcastle United just right behind. And for Newcastle, they have 15. So if they do win this game, they give themselves a chance to be 1 point within Everton. And they get to pull them down somewhere closer to the relegation zone. But for Everton, a win could separate themselves from the bottom teams. Look, new signings getting integrated. I know it's like career mode. You're looking to get your new players in the team and see what they're made of and see what they're going to offer. And it could be a very tricky one. This game is a hard game to predict, to be honest. I don't know which way it's going to go. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to predict a draw for this one. I know it's easy to predict a draw, but this one does have draw written all over it, man. Seriously. But it's going to be nice to see how the new signings get on and see what they do. This game is definitely coming up tomorrow, 16 hours from now. Don't know if I'll get to tune in, but I'll try. Definitely will try to actually watch some highlights, you know. So, like to take the time to big up to Botak Ching for the super sticker here. Botak Ching, I think that's Singaporean dollars, right? You're coming in from Singapore, Botak. Appreciate that, man. Do appreciate that 100%. Big up to the boy Z Goulin here, coming out of Brooklyn, New York. And, you know, my boy from St. Vincent and the Grenadines here. So, nice to see you. Brandon Webb, Jordan Hyman, Homer Juve. Everybody in here right now, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Love and respect to you. Don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. But, guys, look, I'm going for a 1-1 draw for this game. Both teams to walk away with a point each. And won't help them too much, but still, you know, a point is very important. It's better you get a point than you continue losing like Everton, who are yet to pick up a win in their last 5 games. You know what I mean? So Newcastle in better form. No losses in 3, and they look to continue that. So, look, for Newcastle United, their next game will be against Aston Villa this Sunday. Then they do have West Ham, Brentford, and Brighton. Tough games coming up, but winnable games nevertheless. For Aston Villa, after the game against Newcastle, they do have Leeds United, Southampton, and Manchester City to round off February. So may the best team win, and let's move on. We got a lot to talk about, definitely do, and we won't be wasting any time. So big up to each and everybody watching this. Drop your predictions in the chat if you wish, and we're going to keep it moving. So the next game that we are going to talk about is the game here between West Ham United and Watford. All right? So let's talk. But before we do, let me take a sip of my Guinness, man. I got a Guinness here sipping. You know what I mean? You know, just trying to strengthen. You know, what are you sipping on, guys? Are you sipping on some water, a beer? What, some tea? What are you sipping on right now? Let me know. Let me know. All right, you see the head-to-head there on screen. I actually forgot to get into the head-to-head for Newcastle and Everton, but it's not really necessary. It was right there on screen. It's just something that I do, you know, extra. But, you know, I'm just getting back into the full swing of things when it comes to the Premier League preview. So give me a break, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. So, yeah. All right, I don't know why this thing is doing this right now in terms of this website playing the music, but very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But West Ham versus Watford here. So for both teams, for West Ham United, they lost their last Premier League game to Man United, 1-0, and won the FA Cup game 2-1 against Kidderminster Harriers. For Watford, their last game was on the weekend against Burnley, where it ended in a 0-0 draw. What happened the last time these two teams met? Well, they met late 2021, where West Ham won the match 4-1. So, Watford are under new manager now, as Claudio Ranieri got sacked. Shishko Munoz got sacked before him, and they roped in Roy Hodgson. So expect Roy Hodgson to be a bit more pragmatic in his style of play and his approach of doing things. So West Ham have won the last 4 meetings between the two teams. And in terms of overall Premier League results, 15 games played, 8 wins for West Ham, 5 for Watford, and 2 games have ended in a draw. For the managers, Roy Hodgson, 21 games against West Ham, 6 wins, 7 draws, and 8 losses. Against David Moyes, 13 games, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 8 losses. So not a very good record against West Ham, nor against David Moyes. For Moyes against Watford, great record, 8 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. And against Hodgson, similar record with 8 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. So good stuff, man. Good stuff by West Ham and their coach when it comes to coming up against the Hornets. So in terms of the transfer business done in January, let's touch on that really briefly. For West Ham, I don't think they did any business. Really don't think they did any business during the transfer window. So, yeah. In terms of the winter transfer window, nothing really. They just sent out a player by the name of Frederick Alves on loan. Well, they actually sold him to Brøndby and sent out Connor Coventry on loan to MK Dons. And that was it. I actually thought they were going to do some business during the window, bringing in a striker, but they didn't. They didn't do anything. So nothing to talk about in terms of West Ham United. But for Watford, definitely for Watford, they did business, man. They did business, and we're going to get into those. They did made a few signings during the window there. So, yeah, let me just get up to date with this thing. Actually, let me make sure. Yeah, I think I was right with that thing. I did click on a 16-17 game, and it took me back way behind, but I think I was right with the transfers. They didn't make any transfers during the window. So, in terms of Watford, however, they brought in a player by the name of Maduka Okoye, and that's a goalkeeper who was in goal for, I think that was Ghana. He was in goal for Ghana, and he got sent back out on loan to Sparta Rotterdam. And they brought in a player by the name of Samir, a Brazilian centre-back from Udinese, £4.5 million. Maduka Okoye was also acquired for £4.5 million. Edo Kayembe from UPenn in the Belgian League for £4.23 million. Hassane Kamara from Nice, £3.6 million. So they did bring in some players. Didn't spend a lot of money, but they did bring in some players, though. They brought in a player by the name of Solomon Kalou from Bordeaux. You might know him, Nigerian international. And Yasser Asporia from Envigado. And I don't think that player is going to be involved much. And in terms of players going out, Ozan Tufan went back to Fenerbahce. Domingos Kenya went out on loan at Barnsley. Yasser Asporia went back to Envigado on loan. Maduka Okoye went to Sparta Rotterdam on loan, and Pontus Dahlberg to Gillingham FC. And look, bits and pieces players they signed, if you ask me. The left back Hassane Kamara doesn't look too bad. Edo Kayembe, he looks decent. Samir made a big mistake in, I think that was a game against United, right? He made a mistake. I can't even remember. Well, he made a horrible mistake in one of the games and cost his team. So, yeah. It's pretty much it for these teams in terms of transfers, though. So, for West Ham, Mikel Antonio returns after international duty with the Reggae Boys. Then we had Manuel Lanzini and Arta Masuaku won't feature. They are injured, along with Angelo Agbana, who remains out. Lucas Fabianski have been dealing with COVID issues, which means Alphonse Areola will continue. And the man trending today, Kurt Zouma, is a doubt for the game where he was, put out a video of him kicking his cat. Like, why are you doing that, though? Like, seriously, I'm not a big cat person or a big pet person. So, to be honest, I'm going to keep it real. I really don't care, to be honest. I'm not going to be losing my shit like most people on Twitter. Oh, my God, Kurt Zouma, you're so bad. Oh, man. Look, it's animal cruelty. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be kicking the cat. But the same, what I don't understand, right? What I don't understand with people, I'm going to keep it real. You might be mad at me, I don't know. But Why is it cool for you to be defending a cat like that, but you're not defending the chicken or the fish that you just ate, the goat, the sheep, the cattle, the pig? You see what I'm saying? So I find it rather strange, in my opinion. I'm just gonna put it out there. But big up to Brian Sands, though. Enjoy listening in the morning. Thank you very much. Look, I'm keeping it real, though. Why are people really losing their shit over the cat, though? And why did Kurt Zuma actually chose to record him kicking the cat is what baffles me as well. Like, it is dumb. It shouldn't be done. I'm not saying you should be out here kicking cats or animals, but come on, guys. Come on. It is a bit ridiculous for the outrage for you know what I mean, that's going on against Kurt Zuma. It is ridiculous. Seriously. Why not the outrage against the freaking animals, the horses that people are riding for sport and betting and all these kind of things? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Anyways, let me move on from that. It's controversial and it is what it is. Whatever. You know, but I'm not, listen, I'm not going to bandwagon and jump on with people. And if you know, and oh my God, Kurt Zuma is such a horrible human being. Oh my, man, come on, man. Seriously. My wife said, yeah, the cat is a domesticated animal. I'm like, you could domesticate a pig or a goat too. You see what I'm saying? Or cattle. What's the big difference? All the animals, we eat some and we choose not to eat others. And then we feel so compassionate against the ones that we choose not to eat. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. We are so weird as people. Just want to put it out there. But let's move on. Kurt Zuma, let's see what comes out of that one. For Watford, Nicholas Nkulu would be missing a game with a thigh injury. Quadoba has been out all season. Ismail Assar won't take part in the game, maybe off the bench, but he's coming back from the Africa Cup of Nations after winning it with Cameroon. Emmanuel Dennis returns from suspension, and Peter Etebo, the Nigerian international, remains out but is back in training. So, look, in terms of the insights here for this game, Antonio aims to maintain his strong record against Watford. Did you know Mikel Antonio has scored or assisted in 5 of his last 7 starts against Watford? Among the 55 teams West Ham have faced more than 20 times in their league history since 1919, their best win ratio is against Watford, winning 27 of the 43 matches against the Hornets, 63%. Italo Carnero, hey bro, when are we going back to CONMEBOL? I have to talk CONMEBOL soon, bro. I haven't forgot about CONMEBOL. I have to touch on a few of the World Cup qualifying things very soon, okay? So hang tight. So 3 of Watford's 5 Premier League wins over West Ham have come away from home. Watford have won 12 of their 63 Premier League matches played on Monday to Friday, drawing 12 and losing 39, with 7 of these victories coming in their 21 matches played on a Tuesday. Officials Martin Atkinson would be in charge of the game. So, guys, West Ham, they haven't been playing well lately. Let's not act as if because West Ham are up there in the table that they've been playing well lately. They haven't. They've lost their last 2 Premier League games. They struggled against Kidderminster Harriers. And I think it's going to be a very difficult game to gauge here, where Roy Hodgson is a different kind of manager. You know what I'm saying? He's not very... His teams are not easy to break down. And I could see this one being a very high-scoring game. And I could see it being a high-scoring draw because Watford do have some firepower. And under Hodgson, they're going to be a bit more compact. They have brought in cover in terms of the players I mentioned earlier in Samir and Kayembe and Hassane Kamara, along with who they have there already. You know what I'm saying? So I think this game is going to be a high-scoring one. We know West Ham loves to be in a high-scoring affair. And this one, in my opinion, is going to be another draw. This one is not a similar one to Newcastle Everton where I'm not sure. I'm kind of sure this one's going to end in a draw. A 2-2 draw. I'm not confident in this West Ham team at this moment, but they have done well this season, but they also have 8 losses, right? 8 losses to go with their 11 wins, which is a bit very high. It is kind of high. A couple more draws in there, 5 losses would have looked more respectable, but West Ham are beatable, very very beatable, and they have overachieved this season already. So I'm going for a 2-2 draw. A good point for Watford. It would help them, but not too much. Not too much at all. They would prefer to pick up all 3 in this one. For West Ham, 3 points would take them up to 40 points. That's survival already in 24 matches played. And it will be a very successful season so far, as in past seasons, they had to call in who... when you have to call in Sam Allardyce, you know you're in problems. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And look, a draw. 2-2 draw. Guys, let me know your prediction in the chat. Do appreciate that. So, for West Ham United, their next game will be against Leicester this Sunday. And then they do have Newcastle and Wolves. Some tough matches coming up before they play the Southampton in the 5th round. And then Liverpool on March 5th. So, tough period here. February, early March for West Ham United. As for Watford, as for struggling Watford in 18th in the relegation zone, are they going to go back down, or are they going to pick up some valuable points and survive? After they play West Ham, they do have the very tricky Brighton. Then they have Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. Some winnable games coming up, but those teams are also very, very hard to push over. So that's my prediction. These are the next matches coming up for both teams. And talk to me, guys. Talk to me in the chat. So big up to Homo Juve. Nice of you to come through. And Alejandro Lueza in the house. Big up to Man U. Yeah, man. Big up to Dom. Big up to you, bro. Big up everybody in the house right about now. Z Ghoul is saying City running away with the league again. Shake my head. That's 5-6 now. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Juve, Homo Juve is saying, I think Egypt goalkeeper Gabaski would have won player of the tournament if they had won the final. He was amazing. Same for Mendy. Gabaski should have won goalkeeper of the tournament for me. I think Mane deserved player of the tournament. He did good. He did pretty good. The final, he didn't play well. But overall in the tournament, he did well. But Gabaski should have won goalkeeper of the tournament. That Mendy should not have won that. That was that was a bad award. That was a bad award in my opinion to Mendy. Very poor. So guys, we're gonna move on to the next games. We have a lot to talk about, and we're gonna keep it pushing though. Definitely gonna keep it pushing. So the next match is between Burnley and Manchester United, where the last game for Burnley ended in a 0-0 draw against Watford. For United, a 1-0 win over West Ham in the Premier League, and a 1-1 draw, and losing 8-7 on penalties to Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. So United are out of the FA Cup, they're out of the League Cup, they're still in the Champions League, and definitely not in the title race for the Premier League. So it's not been a very good season at all for Manchester United, where they have sacked their manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So we ain't got no more Solskjaer jokes, no more Solskjaer banter. Yeah, we could still talk about Solskjaer even though he's not here. We could. We definitely could. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the league, but, you know, his banter remains. The Solskjaer banter will never go away. So let's start Burnley, Manchester United here. So all-time Premier League results, you see 15 matches, only 2 wins for Burnley, 4 draws, and 9 wins for Manchester United. The last time the two teams met, end of the year there, December 30th, where United won the game 3-1. And in their last 3 games, United have won all the matches. But Burnley do have a win at Old Trafford, a 2-0 win back in January of 2020, and a draw, 2 draws in their last 10 games. So they do have a bit of success. They have picked up 5 points against the Red Devils. across the last 30 available points. So that's not bad. That's not bad if you ask me, considering the stature of both clubs. So United here against Burnley. This game will be a turf moor, and these managers have met once, and with Ragnick winning the older game and his first game against Burnley as well. While for Sean Dyche, in 13 games against United, he has 1 win, 4 draws, and 8 L's. And against Ragnick, 1 match, 1 loss. So, in terms of the business done in the transfer window, guys, for Burnley, they had some movement and had outgoing and they had incoming. So, for the outgoing here, for Burnley, of course, we know that Chris Wood went to Newcastle United as his release clause was triggered. That was the only move in January. And the only incoming player was that of Wout Weghorst, if you want to put it and say it that way. £12.6 million. So they made 27 and they spent 12. I think they should have spent all that money, man. They're in trouble right now. They're in trouble. But the Weghorst signing is basically what you did there is you got, Chris Wood left and you brought in the Dutch Chris Wood, basically. That's basically what happened. You brought in the Dutch Chris Wood. So let's see if Wout Weghorst is actually going to be effective for Burnley and if he could join up with Maxwell Cornet and cause some damage up top. They weren't able to do that in the game against Watford, but let's see what they do in the future. So, Burnley, they're in the relegation battle right now, and they, could be in the championship next season. Let's see how that one goes. As for Manchester United, they did have, movement, and that was, players actually going out. Nobody came in from what I could recall. And in terms of the January transfer window here for United, no incomings, but outgoings. Axel Tuanzebe went to Napoli on loan, ending his loan stint at Aston Villa. Anthony Martial went to Sevilla on loan. Amad Diallo Traore went to Rangers, and Danny van der Beek went to Everton. All these players could have helped Manchester United, in my opinion. All of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're doing. If you ask, I really don't know what they're doing, but just leave them, man. Let them suffer. Coming from a City fan, let them suffer, man. Let them suffer. So, look. That's it for the transfer business there between the two teams. I think Martial, he needed to go. So, he needed game time. He went to Sevilla. Diallo should have been involved, in my opinion. And with the fact that Greenwood, his situation with him, it would have been nice to have a youngster like Diallo to unleash. Danny van der Beek would have been useful, but I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are doing. Seriously, I really don't understand how this club is ran right now. Why you brought in Danny van der Beek for all that money and not use him? You see what I'm saying? Why you brought back Dean Henderson and not using him? You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of issues there. So, for Burnley, Matej Vydra would be out. Johan Berg Goodmanson could miss the game with illness as well. Charlie Taylor is a doubt. Josh Brownhill suspended for the match. Yellow card accumulation. Ashley Barnes is at 50%. Maxwell Cornet back after he went to the AFCON with Ivory Coast. And Wout Weghorst, the new signing, could be involved in this game. For Manchester United, Jesse Lingard and Edinson Cavani back in the squad after, a little time off for both players. Victor Lindelof expected to come back for the next game, but dealing with some illness, didn't train. You had Mason Greenwood dealing with some legal issues, man. Listen. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. Oh, man. I ain't even going to finish that line. But, look, Greenwood, bro, you're a big letdown. You are a big letdown, I got to say. But let's say innocent until proven guilty. But the evidence are definitely against you. And it doesn't look good for you, bro. You know what I mean? I have to say that That girl you're dealing with, she screwed you, man. She really she did you in. She did you in. She, you know what I mean? She could have went to the police. She went to social media and then the police got involved and everything. She wants to get you canceled, basically. And you might just end up getting canceled. Just sad. And let's see how that one unfolds. You will need a very, very, very good lawyer to get you out of that hot water that you're in right now, Mason Greenwood. So he's suspended by the club right now. Eric Bailly ruled out for injury, was at the AFCON. I think he was really good at the AFCON though, but missed his penalty. Ivory Coast got knocked out. Alex Telles and Fred would miss the game through COVID. So yeah, that's the update on the squads there. Let's just take a look at the insights. Can Weghorst and Burnley's home goal drought against Man United? Burnley are hoping to score a home Premier League game, a goal against Man United for the first time since 2009. Jesus Lord. This will be Burnley's 5,000th league match in English football since the foundation of the Football League in 1988. Why did they put foundation? The founding. Since the founding of the Football League in 1888. 1888. 6 years before I became a City fan. 1888. The Clarets are just the second side to reach the milestone after Preston North End. So Burnley got rich history there. Man United can become the first team in the Premier League history to win 6 consecutive matches at Burnley. Man United's Marcus Rashford has scored more goals as a substitute than any other player in the Premier League this season, with all 4 of his strikes coming off the bench. He scored in his last 2 Premier League matches with only Javier Hernandez in October to November of 2012, netting in 3 consecutive substitute appearances for the Red Devils in the competition. Mike Dean would be in charge of the game. And in terms of my prediction for the game, guys, look, Burnley are not in a good state right now. They do have, some dangerous players in Cornet, now Weghorst. But I do think that players like McNeil need to step up. I keep saying that, man. McNeil got to step up big time. Burnley are looking light. They're really looking really light. Tarkowski, me, Nick Pope at the back. These guys are going to be busy in this game. And I think Burnley are just a team with a bunch of bits and pieces players with, some better signings done this season. Cornet is a good player. Weghorst, plays for the Dutch team and all. He's okay. He's okay. He's done some damage in the Bundesliga. United are gonna... This is a good game for United. This could be a good game for United to play, and it could also be a disastrous result for them if they're not careful. But I think it's the perfect game for them. Coming off of that loss in the FA Cup, I think a team like Burnley on the road with a good record against the Clarets, with the squad they have, the players they have available, you talk a Bruno Fernandes, a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Marcus Rashford. You see what I'm saying? A Jadon Sancho, you sign a Rafa Varane. You have these big players, man, so-called big players. Pogba also back in the team as well. Let's not forget that. Pogba back in the team. Look, it's a must-win game for United. It's a must-win game, and I do think they're going to go on to win the game by 3-1. I think Burnley will score. I think Burnley will get a goal, but United, they will be too good on the day for Burnley, and they will avoid any disastrous result and get a win. I would love for them to lose the game or draw the game, but I have a feeling they'll win this one. So I'm going for United to win the match 3-1. Look, they do play some good football at times. And I'm not going to act as if they don't, but for some reason, they're not consistent. They're not consistent enough. Not at all. Not enough consistency from that team. Too many big players in the team for them not to be performing better than they are right now. And for the business that they did in the summer, the stature of the club, right now being 4th with Arsenal and West Ham on your back, Tottenham, is not good enough. United could still come in 7th at the end of the season. Look, Ragnick, not the smoothest of sailings for him so far in his United managerial career. You know, rumors of, you know, unsettled dressing room and all these things, the Greenwood situation, players leaving on loan, you know what I mean? It's just a lot going on. You know, I wish nothing but crisis for United, but they need to get their act together. So 3-1 to Manchester United is my prediction. What's yours? Let me know in the chat. So for United, their next game will be against Southampton, and they play Brighton and Leeds, all winnable games, but United would find a way to drop points somewhere in between there. So for Burnley at the bottom of the Premier League table right now, man, it ain't going to get easier. The next game is against Liverpool, and they do have Brighton and Tottenham. So, yeah, man. I actually think Brighton are getting relegated. Not Brighton. Burnley are getting relegated this season. I think they might just get relegated. And to be honest, I won't miss them. So if you're a Burnley fan in here right now, sorry, man. But not sorry. I won't miss you guys at all. So with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving. Big up to everybody in here right now. Make sure you smash your thumbs up button. How many likes we got already? All right, we got 36 likes, guys. We need 14 more to hit the 50 mark. Big up to the obvious girl in the house. Big up to you, man, who says, missed ya. Miss you too. Miss you too. Hendricks is saying, Man United are shite. They must just change the team into an orphanage, helping players who has the future in the game of football. You're funny, man. You're funny. I didn't take a moment to laugh at United. I took the whole week. God damn, you guys are brutal. You guys are brutal, man. But listen, hello to everybody. How's everybody doing? It's nice to be back doing this, guys. I've been hustling really hard in 2022, man. And it's now February, you know, shortest month in the year. Month soon done. Lot of work to do still. And we're back talking match week 24 of the English Premier League 2021-22 season. Guys, don't forget you could head on over to cardsplug.com and get yourself one of those lovely football cards you see in the background there. You know, you see my girl Mel, the latest edition over there on the wall to go with my other 3 cards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich FC. Get yourself 35% off each and every one of your orders. And trust me, you won't regret it, guys. It makes for a very good gift. I'm an affiliate of Cardsplug, and I've been talking Cardsplug since 2019. So you guys should know this, man. You guys should know this. So head on over to cardsplug.com and check out the site. Check out the 100+ designs they have over there. So let's go back, man. Let's go back and let's talk the next match. And we're not doing too well in terms of matches, though. We're not doing well at all. We're moving very slow. But look, it's only 11 p.m. right now. We've been doing this for an hour. I think we got another hour. We'll be good. We're doing fine. I'm lying. We're doing okay. Norwich versus Crystal Palace is the next game that we're going to talk about. We're doing fine. Let me not be too harsh on myself. Definitely doing well. So, Norwich, Crystal Palace. Last matches for these teams. We have Norwich beating Watford 3-0. Norwich beating Wolves 1-0 in the FA Cup. For Crystal Palace, a 3-1 loss against Liverpool and a 2-0 win over Hartlepool United. So, as I mentioned, if you can't get the liver, you get the heart. You do get the heart, man. So, the last meeting between these two teams. Norwich versus Crystal Palace. Last meeting was actually a 3-0 win for Crystal Palace. That was on the 28th of December. When Norwich had a horrible December, though. Didn't play well in December. And dating all the way back to 2014, Norwich have failed to defeat Crystal Palace. Last win for Norwich was a win back in 2013, a 1-0 win at home. So that's actually their only win in their last 10 games against Palace dating back to 2008. And this will be the second game between managers Patrick Vieira and Dean Smith. So, of course, Dean Smith won the first match. Dean Smith do have 6 games against Crystal Palace, winning 2 and losing 4. All-time Premier League matches between these two teams. We have 13 matches, 4 wins apiece, and 5 games have ended in a draw. So, in terms of the business done in the winter transfer window, guys, for Norwich, they have done some business outgoing, from what I could recall, and I don't think they brought anybody in. So, in terms of Norwich here with the transfer business, nobody came in during the winter here. Nobody came in, but players went out. We had Balimumba going to Peterborough on loan. Rocky Bushiri on loan to Hibernian FC. We had Todd Cantwell, a big one, going to Bournemouth on loan. Jordan Hugill to Cardiff. Sebastian Soto to Livingston FC. Josh Martin to Doncaster. And Onel Hernandez, the Cuban himself, going to Birmingham City on loan. So only loan deals done by Norwich. Nobody coming in. They did bring in a lot of players during the summer, so they didn't need to do that again this winter. And they feel as if they could use what they have to survive, and they have got their head above water for the first time in a very long time this season, where they're now in 17th position. As for Crystal Palace, they have done some business, and they have gotten the deal between they have signed Jean-Philippe Mateta permanently from Mainz, and let me actually pull that up. And okay, so Jean-Philippe Mateta for £9.9 million permanently from Mainz, and Luc Plange from Derby for an undisclosed fee. Luc Plange was sent back to Derby on loan. Jacob Montes was sent out on loan as well, and to a club by the name of RWD Molenbeek. And that was the only signings done. So one player made permanent, a youngster brought in and sent back out on loan, and that's it for Crystal Palace. So not much to talk about in terms of these teams on their transfer business. In terms of player availability here, Tim Krul would be out, still dealing with injury there. Angus Gunn would continue in goal, while Jacob Sorensen would be out, and Josh Sargent could miss the game as well through illness, and that'll be a big miss for them, as Sargent has been playing well lately. For Crystal Palace, Will Zaha, he has been resting, but he should be back from the AFCON. James MacArthur and James Tompkins are both doubts, back from injuries, however. And Cheku Kouyaté, the AFCON champion with Senegal, could miss the game with, him giving some time off to rest and haven't really probably been training. But you never know. Some of these players are just addicted to play football, and they would want to jump right back into proceedings. So, did you know, guys, can Norwich match winning run from 2012? Norwich City have won their last 2 Premier League matches, netting 38% of their total goals this season. In these victories, 5 out of 13. The Canaries last won 3 consecutive top-flight matches in December of 2012. Crystal Palace have only lost 2 of their last 20 league meetings, with Norwich winning 11 and drawing 7. With both defeats coming at Carrow Road in 2007-8 and 2013-14. Crystal Palace have a good record against Norwich. Norwich are winless in their last 6 Premier League matches against Palace, drawing 2 and losing 4 since a 1-0 win back in November of 2013 under Chris Hughton. Only Burnley, 0, have fewer Premier League away matches, have won fewer Premier League away matches this season than Palace, with 1. With the Eagles' sole victory on the road in 2021-22, coming at the reigning champions. Oh, yeah. Coming at City. Yeah, that's a shame, right? Paul Tierney would be in charge of this game. So, before I do predict this game, let me take a sip of my Guinness. My throat's getting a bit dry there. Guinness Extra Stout since 1759. Yeah, coming out of Ireland, baby. All right, so my prediction for this game. Look, man, Norwich have been in good form. Let's not pretend that Norwich haven't been playing some good football, right? Players are actually playing well. Dean Smith doing a great job over there at Norwich. Norwich had a great November. Before that, no. December, horrible, but January, a great January month for Norwich, right? So, November, great. December, very, very bad. Didn't score a single goal in December. And for January, Norwich, these are the results. 1-0 against Charlton in the FA Cup. They did lose to West Ham in the league, but beat Everton 2-1, beat Watford 3-0, and look, out of 4 games, they won 3 in January. Not bad. And for February, they started out with a bang with a win in the FA Cup against Wolves. Could they follow that up with another win, winning 4 on the trot in all competitions? They're looking good right now. But Crystal Palace under Vieira have also played some good football. I think this is going to be a very open game of football, end-to-end stuff between both teams. And I have a feeling this one's going to end in a 1-1 draw. Crystal Palace haven't really managed games well this season, where they have gone ahead and allowed teams to come back in. And I think Norwich are a very dangerous opposition to play right now, seeing that they're hungry for points. They're looking to continue building on the momentum and get out of the relegation zone and prove all of us wrong, where we were already dooming Norwich to the championship. But it seems as if, you know, they got a lot of hope. But they got to continue picking up the points, and I think they'll get one in this game. Look out for Michael Olise working his magic again. You know, he's been playing well for Crystal Palace. I think he's taking over the mantle from Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher's still playing well, but, you know, definitely, Michael Olise have been the standout guy for the last couple games, though. So, look, all the best to both teams. I'm not going to get too deep into this one. I'm predicting a 1-1 draw. So, for Norwich, the next game will be against Manchester City this Saturday. Not a good team to play right now, Norwich. But, yeah, you know. And then they have Liverpool. Some tough games coming up for Norwich City there. And that could actually, you know, stop their momentum right now. Or who knows? Maybe the Canaries would go on to do some great things. You never ever know. As for Crystal Palace right now, who are in 13th position, they just that's their position, around 13th. Their next game will be against Brentford. Then they do have a London derby coming up against Chelsea, and another London derby against Watford. So, all the best in those games to Palace. Guys, what are your thoughts? Talk to me, man. Big up to each and everybody in the house right about now. How are you guys feeling, man? Big up to everybody in here. So, Phil Jones is saying Rodgers out. What do you mean Rodgers out? Rodgers? Who are you talking about? You're talking about Brendan Rodgers? Brendan Rodgers. Why are you saying Rodgers out, though? Why? I don't know. I don't think so, bro. Anyways, big up to each and everybody in the chat. Once again, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. I do appreciate that. Do appreciate each and everybody following the live stream right now. So we have 4 matches down. We got 4 to go. We've been doing this for an hour, 18 minutes. We're doing well. And it seems as if we're on point to finish this one within 2 hours. So with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving. And the next game that we got on the roster, Tottenham versus Southampton. Let's talk. The last game for these teams, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. FA Cup, Tottenham 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Then we got for Southampton a 1-1 draw against Manchester City. and the 2-1 win against Coventry in the FA Cup. So good results for both teams in their last FA Cup outing. But Southampton doing pretty well in the Premier League lately, man. They've really, rekindled their form. So Spurs versus Southampton. I feel like this fixture has been very frequent lately. They've played a lot in the cups and everything. And with that being said, they met in the FA Cup 4th round last, the 2020-21 season. And yeah, they have been meeting a lot frequently. So last game between these two teams, a 1-1 draw in December of 2021. The last game is this season, 1-1 draw. Before that, Spurs are 3 wins on the trot, 1 in the FA Cup and 2 in the league. Southampton have picked up wins against Spurs recently in 2020 on New Year's Day, and back in 2019, a 2-1 win as well, with a few draws sprinkled in. So they have had some recent success against Tottenham, and will look to do the same in this game. All-time Premier League results: 45 games, 13 wins for Southampton, 24 for Spurs. 8 games have ended in a draw. So we haven't really been seeing a lot of draws between these two teams. A few lately, but overall, not so much. Hasenhuttl versus Antonio Conte for only the second time in their careers. The first game ended in a draw. Hasenhuttl, not a very good record versus Tottenham, with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses. Conte against Southampton, immaculate, almost. 5 wins and a draw in 6 games. So home record for Tottenham too, very good against Southampton. 17 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. Business done in the transfer window by both teams. Let's take a look at that and let's talk. Tottenham, they have done some business. A few players leaving, a few players coming in as well. Let's take a look at Tottenham transfer business this winter. Rodrigo Bentancur coming in from Juventus for £17 million. Wasn't expecting his signing, but it did happen. And Dejan Kulusevski, also from Juventus, £9 million loan fee. And I think there's an obligation to buy him as well, under certain conditions. And that's a good signing. I know Rodrigo Bentancur is a decent midfielder and everything. He will be a bit more hard-working than Tanguy Ndombele, who we'll get to soon. But Dejan Kulusevski, man, he's a live wire. Alfie Whiteman did come back from loan, and, we'll get to Alfie. Yeah, Alfie Whiteman, did come back from loan there. So Alfie Whiteman, I don't know who Alfie Whiteman is, but... Players leaving: Tanguy Ndombele going to Olympique Lyon on loan with an option to buy, but he's very expensive. I doubt Lyon will take up that deal. We might see Tanguy Ndombele back at Tottenham next season. Joe Clark to Sunderland on loan. Dele Alli on a free to Everton. Brian Hill. This is the weird one. Brian Hill to Valencia on loan. Just brought in. Back to Spain on loan. And Giovanni Lo Celso to Villarreal on loan was one I wasn't actually expecting. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting that one at all, man. Really, really wasn't. So, yeah, that one is a weird one. Very, very weird. So, in terms of Southampton, though, I think they brought one player in. I think that was Caballero. And he was brought in on a free. Can't remember any other signings that they made, but I'm going to take a look at Southampton right now in terms of their transfer business. So Dan Lundalu did come back from loan and went back out on loan, and Caballero on a free signed in December. So Dan Lundalu went to Cheltenham on loan. He'll be back at the end of the season. And Sam McQueen retired because he was injured, and it's a career-ending injury there for Sam McQueen, who was a young, promising left back, only 27 years old, and he had to retire. So, guys, look out for manager McQueen in the future. Maybe in the next 5 years, maybe he'll, be managing in the lower leagues. Very unfortunate stuff, though, but sucks when you have to retire early because of injury at that. So, in terms of notes here, let me get some notes on player availability and things of that sort. Eric Dyer is doubtful with a thigh injury. Only Skip would miss the game, and Japhet Tanganga would also miss the game for Tottenham. For Southampton, Will Smallbone is back in training. Musa Jenipo back from the Africa Cup of Nations. Alex McCarthy, the goalkeeper, remains out. Nathan Teller would miss the game, and Lianco would be out, and Amanda Broja is actually a doubt. That'll be a big miss for Southampton if Broja isn't involved in this match. So in terms of the insights here, Spurs seek 6 of the best against Southampton. Okay. Tottenham have won their last 5 home Premier League matches against Southampton since a 2-1 defeat at White Hart Lane back in May of 2016. Guys, you remember White Hart Lane, right? Southampton have lost 13 of their last 19 Premier League matches against Spurs, winning 3 and drawing 3, although they drew 1-1 earlier this season. Saints haven't avoided defeat in both meetings with them in a season since the 03-04, where they won both games. Harry Kane has been directly involved in 17 goals in 12 Premier League starts for Spurs against Southampton, 11 goals and 6 assists, and has scored 5 goals in his last 3 at home against the Saints. Kane has been involved in more goals against Southampton than any other player in the Premier League history. Wow. Southampton have dropped 20 points from winning positions in the Premier League this season, with only Newcastle dropping more in 21. Saints have drawn 5 of their last 7 league matches after taking the lead and winning 2. Okay, so that's not a good record at all. David Coote would be in charge. And in terms of my prediction for this game, we're definitely going to keep it moving and drop the prediction one time. Look, Spurs have been very assured under Antonio Conte. They did have a setback against Chelsea. But you see that Conte knows what he wants. He knows which player he wants to work with. He got rid of, the players, the players that, he felt was holding them back, and Ndombele, Dele Alli, and, Lo Celso, Brian Hill, players that could do with some game time elsewhere to help their development, and brought in Bentancur, brought in Kulusevski, and as he looked to book a place in the Champions League next season, right? They have looked a lot better under Antonio Conte, a bit pragmatic under Nuno, lost their way a bit, but under Antonio Conte, they have looked like a top team. I used to call them Spurs, take off the hot, but you got to call them Tottenham Hotspur right now because they have been playing some good football. Despite the loss against Chelsea, they have been playing some good football. As for Southampton, the same goes for them. Their last game, they picked up a draw against Manchester City, and that's no easy feat to pull off. You see what I'm saying? Kyle Walker-Peters have been in good form, scored in back-to-back games as well. Their game went to extra time. Kyle Walker-Peters being the hero, scored a screamer against Manchester City. And look, Southampton is just a team full of talented players that just need to find their stride, and they could be very dangerous, man. Look for James Ward-Prowse on the set-piece situations, and look for guys like Armstrong, both of them, and your boy Che Adams to do the business. Nathan Redmond as well comes to mind. Look here. Spurs are playing some good football. And in terms of my prediction, look, Harry Kane have been playing well. Look, I did forget to actually mention that Heung-min Son could be back as well. You know what I mean? He's had a good international break to rest and get himself back to full fitness. I didn't actually see anything on Son being injured anymore. so he could actually feature in this game. Let's see if that does happen, but they would need him, but Harry Kane have been, in better goal scoring form as well. Steven Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, and, they've been playing some better football. You know what I mean? Hugo Lloris deserves a shout. He's looked a lot better back there. And Davinson Sanchez have been playing some good football as well at the back. So, look, my prediction for this one, I'm going to go for Spurs to win the game, 2-0. 2-0. A convincing win for Antonio Conte at home against Southampton, winning 6 on the trot against the Saints. So, sorry, Saints, but, yeah, it would be the Spurs marching on here. So, 2-0 win. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. And in terms of these teams, Spurs in 7th. The next game will be against Wolves. Oh! And then they have Manchester City in a big one coming up on the 19th of this month. So for Southampton, who are currently in 12th, their upcoming match would be against Manchester United. Then they do have Everton and Norwich City. So, guys, let me know your prediction in the chat. Do appreciate every one of you guys in here right about now. Smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Serginho Dest. Serginho is his name, bro. Serginho to Chelsea. Bro, I honestly don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? Where Dest wants to go and play his football. But I don't think he'll make a big difference at Chelsea anyway. So, Spurs are getting better every game. Kane is quality. Are City going to go back in for Kane this summer? Ah, man, I hope we don't. I really hope we spend our money better than on Kane. Seriously. So, with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving. We've been here for an hour and a half. Not bad at all if you ask me. Not bad. And the next game that we got coming up, we talk about Spurs. So, it's only right that we talk about Arsenal next. Right? Only right. And before we do talk about Arsenal, right? You guys are wondering why we haven't talked about Chelsea. Because Chelsea have played their game in match week 24 already. And that was a match against Brighton. That game ended in a 1-1 draw, guys. So Chelsea have played their week 24 match already and won't feature in this round, but they will be back for week 25, okay? So for any Chelsea fans, if you're wondering why we're not talking about Chelsea, Chelsea have played in this round already, okay? So 1-1 draw for Chelsea in the current round against Brighton and Hove Albion. So we won't be talking Brighton either. We might mention their names, but we won't be actually talking about any match pertaining to these teams. All right, guys, so just wanted to make that one clear. I think it's very, very important to do so. So, look, Wolves versus Arsenal here. Oh! I love doing that when we're talking about Wolves. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, Wolves 2, Brentford 1 in the Premier League, and Norwich 1, Wolves 0 in the FA Cup. As for Arsenal, they were knocked out of the FA Cup, so they don't have no FA Cup 4th round games to talk about. But the last game was a 0-0 draw against Burnley. So in terms of the last meeting between these two teams, Wolves won 2-1 back in February. So this will be the first meeting this season where the previous match probably postponed. So Wolves have won their last 2 against the Gunners, with Arsenal winning 1 in their last 6, which is not a very good record against the Wolves at all. Not at all. All-time Premier League record here, 14 matches, 3 wins for Wolves, and those 3 wins have come in the last 2 years, which is absolutely ridiculous when you really think about it, right, guys? Think about it. Just think. Take some time to think about it. You know what I mean? Think. Arsenal do have 8 wins against Wolves throughout their Premier League record, however. Arteta against Bruno Lage. This will be the first meeting between the two managers. This will be the first time Bruno Lage will be facing Arsenal. And in 3 matches against Wolves, Mikel Arteta have 1 win and he has 2 losses. So in terms of the transfer business done by both clubs in the window, guys, let's take a look at that. And then we're going to go into the player availability, do a bit of insight and talk predictions. So, yeah. So, let's talk Wolverhampton Wanderers. They did do a couple, some business in the window as well. So, we're going to talk about those players. And, yeah, as I wait for things to load on my side. All right, we got liftoff. Hwang Hee-chan was made permanent for £15 million from RB Leipzig. Then they actually had that would actually be made permanent at the end of the season, by the way. But technically, he's still on loan at the club, but he will be made permanent. But Chiquinho was brought in from Estoril Praia in the Portuguese league, and that was made for 3.15 million. Then they brought in a player by the name of Sangbin Jeong from Suwon Brewings in Korea for £1 million. Hayao Kayabe, he was brought in from Grasshoppers for £500,000 as well. Totti Gomez came back from loan at Grasshoppers, while Leonardo Campagna back from loan at Grasshoppers. It seems like Wolves and Grasshoppers have this relationship, maybe the same owners right now. And Matija Sarkic from Birmingham returning from loan. Then we had Leonardo Campagna going to Miami, Inter Miami on loan. Bruno Jardel to Grasshoppers on loan. Adama Traore, the big one, a surprising one in my opinion. I wasn't expecting that move at all. But Adama Traore to Barcelona on loan. And that deal could be made permanent according to how he performs. Sanbing Jeon and Hayao Kayabe to Grasshoppers. So a lot of players going over to the Swiss league there at Grasshoppers. Louis Mulden to Ebbs Fleet on loan. And Oscar Burr left the club. So, yeah, there's quite a few players over there on loan at Grasshoppers, though. There's about 5 players there right now. So, crazy. So, that's it for Wolves and their transfers in the winter. Totti Gomez have been kept. He would stay on and play for Wolves for the remainder of the season, and he looks to be a decent centre-back option as well. So for Arsenal, the Gunners, what have they done in the window? They brought in a player by the name of Aaron Trusty from Colorado Rapids for 1.6 million pounds, pardon me. And Dejan Iliev came back from loan. They actually sent Dejan, however you want to say his name, back on loan to AS Trensin. Well, he actually left on a free, pardon me. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the big one, but this is not surprising to me that he left the club. He left for Barcelona, the same Barcelona that couldn't sign anybody because of the whole Messi situation and La Liga and all of that. All of a sudden, they took out a loan. They took out a big fat loan. They signed quite a few players. Ferran Torres, Dani Alves came back to the club. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Adama Traore, and Barcelona are looking hot right now. And looking like they could definitely get top 4 and back in the Champions League again next season. And I won't be surprised. I really won't be surprised, guys, if Lionel Messi goes back to Barcelona in the summer. Ha! I won't be surprised. Players also leaving Arsenal. Callum Chambers to Aston Villa on a free transfer. Sead Kolasinac to Marseille on a free transfer. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, name is so difficult to say, to Roma on loan. So they've had a lot of players. Pablo Mari to Udinese on loan and Aaron Trusty back to Colorado on loan have been the players leaving during the January window. That's 7 players, man. 7 players, none brought in. None at all. So I think Arsenal could have missed the trick there without, the fact that they didn't sign anybody. But it's not that they didn't try. They just didn't. Nobody just didn't want to go. No one wanted to go. I think they wanted Kulusevski. They were trying to get Vlahovic. They didn't want to go, man. So hard luck there, Arsenal. Let's see how you fare at the end of the season. But in terms of players here and availability, Granit Xhaka back from suspension along with Thomas Partey back from suspension. Mohamed El Neni is back from the Africa Cup of Nations, coming in second there with Egypt. He might be given a week off, or who knows. And Takehiro Tomiyasu may actually miss this game with a continued injury. He might just feature. He's a doubt for the game. Let's just put it that way. Let's just play it safe and say he's a doubt for this one. So, what's the latest here? Will Smith Rowe extend scoring run at Wolves? Emil Smith Rowe has scored in his last 3 away Premier League appearances for Arsenal, netting against United, Leeds, and Norwich City. The last Gunner player to score in 4 in a row away from home was Olivier Giroud in November of 2015. Wolverhampton Wanderers have won their first 3 Premier League matches in 2022, last winning their opening 4 top-flight fixtures in a year back in 1938, going on to finish runners-up by a point behind Arsenal at the end of that season. Arsenal looking to avoid losing back-to-back away league matches at Wolves for the first time since February of 1975, following their 2-1 defeat last season. In their last Premier League contest against Brentford, João Moutinho became the oldest player to score an assist in a Premier League match for Wolves, 35 years, 136 days, with Alex Ray, the previous oldest, 34, 99 days, versus Blackburn Rovers in 2004. Moutinho has 2 goals in his last 3 league matches, as many as his previous 121 appearances combined. Michael Oliver will be in charge of this game. And guys, in terms of my prediction here, look, Wolves have been playing some quality football, man. Quality football. And as Angel Abel is saying here, Arsenal have more red cards than goals in 2022. They are winless this year. Yeah, good stat. Look, Wolves have been playing well. Despite them losing their FA Cup game, that's fine. Cup games are a gamble. You never know what's going to happen. Look, they've been doing well in the league, man. Wolves not letting in goals, and lately they've been scoring quite a few of them. You see what I'm saying? Raul Jimenez did get a goal on international duty there for Mexico, so that would help his confidence. They have lost Adama Traore, however, on the wings, but he haven't really been doing much for them, right? So they will depend on the likes of Daniel Podence, Ryan Ait-Nouri, Nelson Semedo, to provide the impetus going forward for the team. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto should be back very, very soon. Look, I actually did not mention the players for Wolves that would actually be missing from the game. So, and the fact that I mentioned Pedro Neto, I don't know how I missed that, but Pedro Neto should be back in a month. Willy Bolly would be out, Johnny Otto out, Mosquera out. It's the same players that's been out for a long time. Hwang Hee-chan remains out, and Roman Saiz is back from the AFCON. But look, we know what to expect from Wolves. Resilience, determination, never say die attitude, and some positive football. Very positive. They have been really good at the back. Jose Sa deserves a lot of credit. Kilman, along with the captain Cody, Saiz as well. These players deserve a lot of credit. As I mentioned, Ait-Nouri, he's a really good left wing back, man. Nelson Semedo is having, I think, his best season there. But players like Trincao and Podence need to step up. Neves and Moutinho are going to provide you that steel and that creativity in the midfield. Then Dunker is going to help out at the back. This team is going to be hard to break down here. I don't think Arsenal are playing badly either, but they're just a team that has some misfortune, in them. They're just a team that they could be going well and then bam, misfortune hits. You see what I'm saying? I see this game ended in a draw. I'm going to play it safe and say a 1-1 draw here. Saka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard have been dangerous this season. Lacazette has, he has been playing well. He's going to miss Aubameyang, but, it's business, nothing personal. And Martinelli would be another threat. The midfield remains a problem, though, Very, very slim in the midfield. They're ill-disciplined as well with these red cards. They got to be cut out the game. And Aaron Ramsdale remain, an inspiration for Arsenal. The back line of Gabriel and Ben White has also been solid. So Tierney at left back deserves a shot. Takehiro Tomiyasu, don't think he'll be involved. Two quality teams, this season. As Arsenal are vying for top 4, Wolves vying for those Europa League places, and it's difficult to predict who's gonna win this game. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Let me know your prediction in the chat here. Arteta coming up against Bruno Lage in charge. Bruno Lage deserves a lot of credit coming into the league and adapting very, very nicely, avoiding the sack as well. They're not gonna sack him. He's doing too well. You see what I'm saying? So for Wolves, their next game, I'm going for a 1-1 draw, by the way, guys. And their next game will be against Tottenham. So they go from Arsenal to Tottenham to Leicester, and then they do play Arsenal again. So a very tricky period here for Wolves, and they will look to navigate that and seamlessly. So for the Gunners who are in 6th, their next game will be against Brentford. They were scheduled to play Chelsea, but that game will be postponed. And then they do have Wolves again. So basically that Brentford game, sandwiched by 2 Wolves match. Wolves versus Arsenal game. So that's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the chat. Do appreciate each and every one of y'all in here right about now. So, big up to the boy Michael Talks Football, man, who says Arsenal have to pick up form, but we know Wolves are tough to beat. 1-0 to Wolves. Nice to see you in here, Mike. Are you heading to work, bro? Is it early in the morning in Finland? Heading to work in the cold? How are you doing, bro? Wade Nelson, 1-1 draw. But, guys, big up to Mike, though. You got to give it to Mike. Covered the entire Africa Cup of Nations. Did quite a few watch-alongs. Did well. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for you. Got over 2,000 subs, heading to 3. Happy for you, bro. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Similar channel like mine, talk club football and international football as well. But Mike is a good dude, man. Mike is a good dude. Have been on the channel a few times as well. We're going to have a chat. Mike and I got to have a chat pretty soon, A long chat, too. I don't want no 10-minute chat. I want a long chat with my boy Mike. So, yeah, thanks for coming in, bro. Thanks for tuning in. And do have a productive day on the job. So, big up to each and everybody in here right about now. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. And thank you very much for 50 thumbs up. Lovely, lovely. See, I like that. We're back with the show after a kind of lengthy hiatus. Couple weeks. You guys already got the stream to 50 likes. If you're watching the replay right now, big up to you. And big up to everybody. Like the video. Let me know your thoughts. We're going to keep it moving, guys. We're doing well. An hour 48 minutes. We got 3 games to go. We're not planning to be long. It's late. I'm looking to finish this up in the next, let me see, next 40 minutes or so. Yeah, next 30 minutes. Let's go. Let's more worky down, less talky in between there. Let's go. All right, so the next game coming up, Aston Villa Leeds. We won't be spending super long on this one, so let's talk Aston Villa versus Leeds United. So Aston Villa won, Everton won was their last game. Both teams got knocked out of the FA Cup already, so we don't have to talk FA Cup there. And Newcastle won, Leeds United 0. So what happened the last time Aston Villa and Leeds United met each other? So for these two teams, they met back in February, so this is the first meeting this season, where Aston Villa won the game 1-0. So Aston Villa got 3 wins in their last 10, and for Leeds, they do have 3 wins in their last 10 as well. Well, yeah, 3 wins in the last 10 against Villa as well, and there's been 4 draws sprinkled in between. And these 10 games date back from 2021 to 2003, so they haven't met a lot over the years, where Leeds spent some time in the lower leagues, and Aston Villa have been jumping in and out of the Premier League. So yeah, but since Leeds returned to the Premier League, they picked up a 3-0 win against Villa, and they did lose the other 1-0. So yeah, pretty even, very difficult to, this is going to be a very difficult game to predict as well. So that's the last meeting, and in terms of overall Premier League matches, 26 games, 9 wins for Villa, 8 for Leeds, and 9 games have ended in a draw. You're seeing it right there on screen as we talk. So let's take a look at the transfer business done by both teams during the window. And for Aston Villa, we have to make note that Steven Gerrard was brought in before the window, of course, where Dean Smith was sacked, so he's like a new signing as well. But Villa have done some business there too. So let's take a look at Villa's transfer business in winter. I must say that was one of the craziest winter transfer windows though. I think overall it's the second most money was spent in the last winter transfer window. And before that, I think it was, I can't remember the exact date, but that in terms of expenditures, it was this one was second, man. It was a lot of money spent, man. A lot of money spent. And we love it. This is somewhat my roundup of the transfer window too, done along with this. So just keep that in mind. So Aston Villa and their business. The business done this window. Luca Dean, 27 mil from Everton, and that's pounds. Callum Chambers on a free from Arsenal. Robin Olsen from Roma on loan, and I think the Callum Chambers and Olsen squad players. Luca Dean, first team player, quality signing, quality left back. I would have actually taken Luca Dean at Man City. That's how good he has been in the Premier League. The big one, the big dog, Philippe Coutinho coming in. Guys, you know who's giving me some Philippe Coutinho vibes? That same youngster, Fabio Cavallo. Just the look. They look alike. They got like the same shaped head and the same looking face, and yeah. You didn't think about that one, right? It's be like, oh yeah, damn, you think you're right with that one, Yeah. So Wesley did come back from loan and went back out on loan as well. Axel Tuanzebe left as well, and Matt Target went to Newcastle on loan. So those are the players. Yeah. But we get to the departures, where Keenan Davis went to Nottingham Forest on loan. Jed Steer to Luton. Matt Target to Newcastle. Cameron Archer to Preston. Jaden Philogene Bidis to Stoke City. Anwar El Ghazi to Everton, and Wesley to Internacional. So they did quite a bit of business in the transfer window there, both in the summer and in the winter. So Aston Villa, very ambitious club, and they're on the come up though. They're on the come up. I gotta give it to Villa. Definitely gotta give it to Villa though. Very progressive team, and I like progression. I really do like progression. So with that being said, we're gonna take a look at what Leeds did in the window. Not much. I don't think they did anything at all. Don't think. Somerville was in the talk to leave, and they were looking to bring in Van de Beek and maybe another player, but I don't think they did any business though. From what I could recall, I don't think they did anything. So for Leeds United, yeah, no incoming, but one player going out in Cody Drame to Cardiff on loan. So that's about it. Nothing really to talk about. Could it actually affect Leeds? The fact that they didn't bring in anybody to help them? Yeah, it can, because the team have been heavily hampered by injuries this season, suspensions as well. But they have been very thin, very, very thin. And I'm surprised that they let Cody Drame go out on loan. But, and they didn't bring in anybody. But let's see how that one goes, though. I think they will survive, but you never know, man. The Premier League is very, very funny. Very, very funny, man. So, in terms of players here, for Aston Villa, Marvelous Nakamba remains out. Liam Bailey nearing his return, but he should miss this game. Bertrand Traore back from the AFCON, along with Trezeguet coming back with the silver medal, and Bertrand Traore with the wood medal coming in fourth. Wood, right? Wood. So, in terms of latest here, did you know that Aston Villa have lost their last two home league matches against Leeds United, losing 3-2 in the Championship in December of 2018 and 3-0 in the Premier League last season? They've never lost 3 in a row at home to the Whites. Villa have alternated between scoring once and scoring twice in their last 7 home Premier League matches, right? I'm not going to go through all the scores there. And have only failed to net in one of their last 16 outings at Villa Park in a 0-0 draw with Everton in May. Leeds beat West Ham in their last away match. They haven't won consecutive matches on the road since May, Burnley and Southampton, while Leeds last won their first 2 away league matches in a year in 2005, beating Coventry and Stoke City in the Championship. This would be Leeds' 4,000th league match since joining the Football League in 1920. The last 4 teams to hit this figure as a Premier League side have lost their 4,000th match. Spurs in November of 2017 versus Leicester. Watford in April of 2018 versus Huddersfield. Bournemouth in December of 2019 with Brighton and Crystal Palace in July 2020 against Chelsea. Jared Gillett would be in charge of this game. So we talk prediction here. Guys, in terms of my prediction, and yet again, I forgot to actually touch on the players from Leeds who will miss the game. I don't know why I skipped that one again. But Liam Cooper, Calvin Phillips, Patrick Bamford all ruled out. Adam Forshaw, Charlie Cresswell, and Jamie Shackleton back from injury. They're fit again. So, yeah, sorry about that one again, guys. That's 2 now that I've missed. 2 now, I don't know, in the last 2 matches. It's late. It's 11:52 p.m., man. It's late. Give me a freaking break. But, guys, we do have 2 big games to talk about. Man City, Brentford, and Liverpool, Leicester coming up to round off today's episode. So, stay tuned and, participate in the chat as well. Come on, guys. Let me see. Talk to me in the chat. Let me know your prediction for Aston Villa versus Leeds here, guys. Look, Steven Gerrard have done a great job since he came in, and I'm looking for him to continue doing so. He do have good players to his disposal. Coutinho, we have Jacob Ramsey playing well. We have Chukwuemeka playing well, coming off the bench as well. Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins. When Leon Bailey gets, fit again. Bertrand Traore, Trezeguet. The list goes on, man. This team is stacked up. Very, very stacked up. Luca Dean brought in. Very stacked up, man. Their defense, however, could be a problem with Tyrone Ming. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Matt Cash is always forward. And Emi Martinez has been a bit suspect lately. So the defense could be the problem. But Leeds United a very mercurial team, though. And I think lately they picked up some good wins. Not gonna lie, they I didn't expect them to do that well in their last few games. They did lose to Newcastle, however, but the win against West Ham was pretty good. and the win against Burnley as well, picking up 2 wins this year already, right? So that was back-to-back Premier League wins for Leeds United, and they have been struggling this season. Look, are they going to go back into that slump after that loss to Newcastle? I think Aston Villa a dangerous team to play. But it's going to be a good contest. You have the likes of Rafinha, Jack Harrison, Dan James, all live wires in the final third. Very, very quick players. And the decision making would need to be, very precise as well. The problem for Leeds is the injuries and the absentees in Calvin Phillips, Bamford, and the fact that they play players in all different positions. And I think the continuity has definitely been disrupted. And I think that's what's been affecting Marcelo Bielsa and his boys this season. I think they're going to lose this game. I could see Villa winning this one 2-0. Too much firepower to cope with on the day. I think Leeds will get one back, as they're always a goal threat. And Aston Villa to win the game 2-1 in my opinion. I'm not going to be super long on this one. Guys, share your predictions with me in the chat. So, in terms of Aston Villa, they're 11th right now. Next game will be against Newcastle United. Then they do have Watford and Brighton, Southampton, West Ham. Some winnable games coming up for Aston Villa, if you ask me, as they look to get into the Europa League. Maybe Conference League would be something good for them. You know what I mean? As for Leeds, who are in 15th, 22 points. Struggled a bit this season, 9 losses, only 5 wins. Leeds United, they have a very, very tough fixture coming up. Everton, new manager Frank Lampard, Man United, Liverpool, Tottenham, Leicester. Very, very tough for Marcelo Bielsa and Leeds. Let's see how well they do there. I hope they do get a win against Manchester United, though. That'll be nice. That'll be very, very nice. So, what are you guys saying in the chat right about now, man? We got Mike saying gonna be a high-scoring game, 4-2 to Aston Villa. And what else we got here, man? We got Donovan saying 2-1 to Villa. Gerard going to get a tune out of his men. Big up to Sec TV in the house, talking Suriname. How are you doing? How are you doing? We're not talking about this right about now. But yeah, I am looking forward to doing talking Nations League, CONCACAF Nations League, and European Nations League, and all of that good stuff, though. So yeah, man, my birth night, Dom24 and counting. Happy birthday to Wade Nelson, man. Mike said, yep, soon heading to work. Thanks, bro. Now I need to rest for a couple days. Been a busy month with the AFCON. Bro, tell me about it, man. Tell me. It's been a busy year for me, though. I've been really grinding, man. Look at to make some bread. Yeah, just look at I have different streams of income, man. That's what it's all about, guys. Multiple streams of income. I do quite a few things, man. Right now, gotta make that money, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make that money, man. Still the same, man. Listen, let's go. Let's talk. Let's move on to the next game. We got 2 more matches to talk about. And let's talk about the match between Manchester City and Brentford. We won't be super long on that. I won't boast too much about City being on top of the league, because I don't want to boast too much and then we get caught and then we come in second, I don't want that. I really don't want that. All right, guys? That's not what I want for myself. Okay? So, yeah. But we've done well in the live stream so far, though. And if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate that. So, let's talk Manchester City versus Brentford. That's my team. I'm very passionate about my team, man. Love my team. Love my team. Love it. Just love my boys, man. Last game, 1-1 against Southampton. And a smashing 4-1 victory against Fulham in the FA Cup. For Brentford, They're coming off the back of 2 L's. 2-1 loss in the league to Wolves and a 4-1 loss in the FA Cup to Everton. They're not in good form right now. Brentford are not in good shape right now. You know what I mean? And I feel it for them. But look, they're the best performing promoted team. So they do have something going for them there. Right? They could actually get some kind of confidence out of that, if you know what I'm saying. So what happened the last time City and Brentford met each other? Well, it was a narrow 1-0 victory for City. They just met on December 29th, December 29th in the festive period. You know, narrow win. Brentford fought well, and the previous matches go back to 1989 where they met in the second round of the Carabao Cup, where the first, the second round, 2-1 win for Brentford, and then there was a 4-1 win for Manchester City. So we're not going to get into that right about now, however. But that's just a little history. They have only met once in the Premier League era, where Brentford are one of the newest teams to play in the Premier League. In terms of the managers, 1 match played. It's just ones all across the board. Ones and zeros. You know what I'm saying? Computer language here. Second time Frank would play against City. Second time he'll meet against Pep Guardiola. And the same for Guardiola against Frank and Brentford here. Well done to Brentford for sticking to Thomas Frank. I got to give it to them because, of course, he's had his struggles this season, and they didn't, hit the panic button and say, "You're sacked because we don't like what you're doing so far this season." No, I think they're going to stick to their Dane and, and they're going to look to survive. They need 17 more points, though. Or they're going to get lucky against City and, pick up anything. In terms of the transfer business here for City, we did do some business in the transfer window by bringing in Argentinian prodigy Julian Alvarez. And you know what? When Julian Alvarez was actually in the news, in the rumor mill, I was saying, why don't Man City actually go in for this guy, Julian Alvarez? Why are we allowing other teams to sign him? Seriously, this is a very good player that we could sign for the future. Who knows? This could be the next Messi. Maybe not. But this could be the next Sergio Aguero. Maybe not. But this could be the next Angel Di Maria, man. Come on. So he's been involved with the Argentinian national setup, had success with River Plate and all. And I think it's a great signing, man. Julian Alvarez. And we didn't have to break the bank for him either. 15.3 million pounds, sent him back on loan to River Plate, and he will join up with the first team come this summer. Can't wait to see him, man. Can't wait to see what the next kit looks like as well. But we did do some business on the other end. Outgoings. Ferran Torres, bro. Look, why did you come in the first place to go back? Yeah, we made some money. We didn't pay a lot for Ferran Torres though, and we made some money. So that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing though. City did some good business there with Ferran Torres. 30 million pounds, the total transfer sum listed on Transfer Marked. And we went on to sell him for 49.5 million pounds. The money would come in over time, but still, we made a profit on Ferran Torres, which is a great thing. And in terms of other business done, Eric Palmer-Brown left for Troyes, sister club within the City group. Julian Alvarez back on loan at River Plate. Philip Sandler, a youngster that I thought, we could have gotten some game time at Man City, but he's gone to Feyenoord on a free. And Patrick Roberts to Sunderland on a free. Luka Ilic to Troyes as well for an undisclosed fee. So, yeah, Troyes, that's sister club. Another sister club is also Lommel SK, where Daniel Arzani is playing his football right now, and another sister club in KV Kortrijk, where Marlos Moreno is. I don't think Kortrijk is a sister club. I'm lying about Kortrijk. I might be. I don't think so. I know Lommel though. I don't know if Kortrijk. I don't think Kortrijk. No, not Kortrijk. It's Lommel. I'm getting a little carried away there with the city transfer business there. But anyways, I am getting a little carried away. But look, let's talk Brentford though. Let's talk Brentford. They have done some business. And the big one, Christian Eriksen. Do we have a picture of Christian Eriksen somewhere here within the squads? Do we have a picture with him in his Spurs? Yep, I knew the Premier League would do this. I knew they would do this. So Christian Eriksen, still decked out in his Spurs kit, is back in the Premier League now with the Danish team Brentford. Yeah, they're pretty much Scandinavian, right? So Christian Eriksen, after the miracle, the man almost died at the Euros in that game against Finland, and he was resuscitated. He, was in a hospital. Italy, you're not allowed to play with that medical condition, and he's back in the Premier League, man. Maybe a doubt for this game, but still, it's just nice to see him back. Should have left Spurs a long time ago. Won the Scudetto with Inter, and Denmark did well. Inspirational run there to the semis. I just want to see Christian Eriksen at the World Cup, though. Seriously, even just as a squad player, consultant, and maybe I don't know. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he gets back to full fitness. Somewhat. He's not going to get back to full fitness, but you know what I mean. Jonas Losso brought in on loan from Midtjylland, another Dane. Ellery Balcom. I think that's a youngster. We're not going to touch on him too much. But in terms of the outgoing, so the incomings are Jonas Josso and Christian Eriksen, both Danes. Outgoing Dominic Thompson to Ipswich on loan. Luka Racic to KB Koje on loan. Jan Zumborek to Viborg FF for an undisclosed fee. Patrick Gunnarsson to Viking FK for an undisclosed fee. Joel Valencia to Alcazar on loan. Mads Bishop to Nordsjælland on loan. And Marcus Fors to Hull City on loan. I'm surprised they sent Fors out on loan though. Seriously. Charlie Good to Sheffield on loan. I'm surprised they sent him out on loan as well. He, had some good performances. So, yeah. That's what it is in terms of winter transfers for both Manchester City and Brentford. So what we're going to be doing right now, guys, we're going to get into the players that's available, not available for both clubs. For City, the squad is very fit right now. And from the little research I did, only Gabriel Jesus is actually a doubt for this match. So, yeah, City got their full squad available to them. Cole Palmer dealing with some injury right now as well. But apart from that, and, the Mendy situation, City got a very, full squad available to them right now. As for Brentford, Brian Mbeumo is a doubt for this game. Johan Wissa is also a doubt, but these guys should be back from, little knocks they picked up. Zanka has been out. He's going to remain out. Tariq Fosu and Christian Eriksen is also a doubt, along with the goalkeeper David Raya, who have been out for a very long time, comes to mind, and, maybe one or two other long-term injuries. So that's an update on both teams in terms of the latest here. Brentford to make it third time unlucky for Manchester City. What do you mean by that? Brentford can be only the third team to win at the reigning champions in the debut Premier League season, excluding 92-93 after Derby County in 96-97 and AFC Bournemouth in 2015-16. Ambitious. Kevin De Bruyne has been involved in 13 goals in his last 12 appearances against promoted sides, with 5 goals and 8 assists. Manchester City have won each of their last 17 Premier League matches played on Wednesdays, including a 1-0 win against Brentford in a reverse fixture in December. In Premier League history, only Liverpool have had a longer winning run on a specific day of the week, with 21 on a Saturday between 2018 and 2020. Ivan Toney has scored 6 Premier League goals this season, twice as many as any other Brentford player. He could become the first player to score in 3 consecutive top-flight matches for the Beast since Len Townsend in 1946. Darren England would be in charge of this game. Guys, in terms of my prediction for this match, look, man, Brentford are struggling right now. They are struggling. 1 win in their last 5, and it's not looking good for Thomas Frank and his boys after still a start to the season. And that win came against Aston Villa at the beginning of the year, but since then they have lost to Southampton, Liverpool, Man United, Wolves, and against Everton in the FA Cup. So it's been a tough January for them, and a tough early February as well. Are Man City going to continue their misery? It's more than likely to happen. It is more than likely to happen, though. Back when the teams met, look, Brentford did give us a good game. Couple attacks, couple scares. 1-0 win, not very comfortable, but City dominated that match. And expect Manchester City to dominate again. Against Fulham, we didn't play to the best of our ability, in my opinion. I think we got better as the game went on. And it could just be a little rust from the international break and all. So expect Man City to be back in their full stride. Look, preferably in this game, I would love for Grealish not to start. Big up to Jack Grealish, though. He's settling in. He'll take some time. He's settling in. But I won't start him in this game, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll go in with Foden, Mahrez, and Sterling up top. The midfield, Kevin De Bruyne, the hard-working Bernardo, Rodri in the middle, Gundogan to come off the bench, left back, Joao Cancelo, Kyle Walker right back. I'll go in with Laporte and Diaz. Diaz have been resting a lot lately, which is good, and Edison in goal. That'll be my 11. Pep might put out something different, but whatever he put out, I think City would have more than enough firepower to topple the Bees. You know, it's the Bees of Brentford versus the Bees of Manchester. You know, the Bee is also a symbol of Manchester, symbolizing the industriousness of the city itself. So, look, my prediction here for this game, Pep Guardiola's City to triumph over Thomas Frank's Brentford, 3-1. Man City will control the game, will have most of the ball, maybe 70% of the ball. But Brentford, you got to be very careful of them on the counter-attack. That'll be their game plan, to try to be compact, try to break on a counter with their quicker players. Let's see, we'll see Christian Eriksen in this game to pull the strings in the midfield. But in my opinion, this would not be the ideal game to play Christian Eriksen at all. Nah. This would put too much pressure on his heart running around for the entire game. And we know he doesn't really like to run around too much. So this would not be the perfect game for him at all. So 3-1 to City. I think we'll concede a goal as usual. Or we just might not. But, you know, I think we do let in a goal here and there. But look, it's imperative that City win this game. Simply because we dropped points in the last match. Liverpool think they do have a sniff. They do have a sniff. But let's hope Liverpool drop points too. You know what I'm saying? That's the other thing. Liverpool might be looking at the situation like, oh man, City drop points. Liverpool cannot afford to drop points either. So 3-1 to City, and they will go up to 60 points in the league after 24 matches, in my opinion. Brentford will continue to struggle, and they may get caught by the likes of Leeds United, who are the only team that could pass them in the table right now. They're in 14th, but Man City would continue their dominance on top of the league table And even if City win, lose, or draw, they will stay on top of the league. So the next game will be against Norwich. So I think Man City should pick off these two promoted teams in Brentford and Norwich and look to continue their dominance before they do meet Sporting on the road in the Champions League and Tottenham, Everton, Peterborough coming up next for the citizens. As for Brentford, the Bees of Brentford, the next game will be against Crystal Palace. Then they do have Arsenal, Newcastle, and Norwich. Some winnable games coming up, especially the one against Arsenal where they look to do the double over the Gunners. So that's my prediction for this game. 3-1 to Manchester City. Guys, let me know yours in the chat. Do appreciate that. Mike, did you talk about Tony making those comments? He said, yeah, I did touch on it slightly at the beginning, but I didn't really look too much into that, though. Seriously, I really didn't look into it. I can't look into every little thing that's going on. It's like the Kurt Zuma kicking the cat thing. I talked about that, and you know what I'm saying? People acting like the man kicked a baby. You know what I'm saying? I know I might be a little insensitive because I'm not a pet person, I'm not a cat person, and I might sound horrible saying that. But guys, come on, man. You probably just ate a whole chicken. You see what I'm saying? Come on. Why are we like that? Anyways, let me not be like that though. Let me try to be a little bit, sympathetic for the cat. And for our cat lovers out there. And all animal lovers. Let me stop being let me stop being like that, right? Stop it, Dom. Stop it. So look, guys, got one game to talk about. One game. But before we do, any predictions on this one, guys? Guys, if you have any predictions to share on this one, let me know. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say in terms of this game. Any predictions? Share it with me. I will definitely appreciate that. We do have 57 thumbs up as well. Big up to each and everybody watching the live stream. If you're watching a replay, much love and respect to you too. All right, so talk to me. We got to keep it moving, however. Last game. We have done well. 2 hours, 21 minutes. God damn, it's the regular time, man. I thought I was actually going to do a lot better today and finish things off like within 2 hours, but not the case. But yeah, let's talk Liverpool, Leicester. Briefly though, it won't be too long. I promise I won't be super long here. I won't be Rasta, man. I won't be long here. Oh my God, Dom, stop it, man. Stop it. You're killing me with these dad jokes, man. But after all, I'm a dad of 3, man. Come on. What else I got? Just dad jokes for you. But yeah, let's talk Liverpool, Leicester. We talk Liverpool transfer window as well. Liverpool fans very, very excited about that. And they have all right to be, you know what I'm saying? So for Liverpool, last game, a 3-1 win against Crystal Palace and a 3-1 win against Cardiff City in the FA Cup. As for Leicester, last time out in the Premier League, a 1-1 draw against Brighton. And they got absolutely hammered by Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. And I mean hammered. Embarrassing loss. But look, the last game between these two teams was a 1-0 win to Leicester City. And Liverpool would have this in their memory and will be looking to avenge this loss. Ademola Lookman with the goal. Yeah, I could remember Lookman coming off the bench. 3 minutes later, bam, in the back of the net. Liverpool defense caught out. Look, very, very dangerous team there, Leicester City. But right now, I'm afraid to say that they're going through somewhat of a iffy period. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one, drew their last game. You see? And also lost their FA Cup match. So Brendan Rodgers, an indifferent season for him comparing what he did the last two, right? Only 7 wins this season for Leicester, eight losses and five draws. So it's been so-so. It's been very, very so-so. 7 wins in your first 20 games, not good enough for a team that recently won the FA Cup, who's been competing in the top 4, and they drop out at the last part of the league there, but still not good enough if you ask me, from Leicester City. But they are a team dealing with some injuries. They are a team that could spring a surprise on you at any given time. So in terms of these two teams, 31 total Premier League matches, 9 wins for Leicester, 16 for Liverpool, and 6 draws. Jurgen Klopp versus Brendan Rodgers. Rodgers coming up against his old team. And for Jurgen Klopp, 15 games against Leicester, 5 losses, 1 draw, and 9 wins. Against Rodgers, 6 games, 4 wins, and 2 losses. The inverse of the record there for Brendan Rodgers with 2 wins and 4 L's against Klopp. And against Liverpool, 8 games, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 4 losses. So, look, in terms of their transfer business, let's talk about their transfer business briefly. Okay, so for Liverpool, man, look, you guys, I have to say, did the damn thing. You didn't make a lot of signings, but you made one of the best signing of the transfer window by bringing in the very exciting Colombian winger Luis Diaz from Porto for a sum of £40 million. 40.5 million pounds that could rise to higher than that with the add-ons and everything. Liverpool this season have made 2 signings, bringing in Ibrahima Konate for 36 million and Luis Diaz for 40 million. This is the kind of signings that could win you things, right? You gotta spend a substantial amount of money for you to win things. You gotta keep refreshing the team. You can't just depend on these little bits and pieces, players to coming in and expect them to win things for you. You see what I'm saying? You got to splash your cash. For the Liverpool fans, you can't be talking about other clubs and what they're spending and whatnot. Okay, they're spending. Like for City, especially for City, they're spending. They buy quality players. And what's the result? They're winning things. You got to spend money. You see what I'm saying? So for Liverpool, I would actually love to see them sign a couple more 40 to 50 million pound players come this summer and actually really give City a run. You see what I'm saying? Because look, for the past, since Pep Guardiola came in, Liverpool won a title, Chelsea won a title, and that's basically been it. Right? Like, come on. The league needs more. And Liverpool could be a team to actually give City some more competition. Okay, so Luis Diaz, I think, I've seen him play on a few times. He played against City, played against Liverpool in the Champions League, and he's been good. Not able to help Colombia right now in World Cup qualifying, but in terms of Porto, he had his best season. He came off the bench there in the game against Cardiff in the FA Cup and worked some magic already. So in terms of outgoing players for Liverpool, Nat Phillips to Bournemouth on loan and Nico Williams to Fulham on loan. Those are the only 2 movements, while Reece Williams came back from loan from his loan stint at Swansea and didn't go back out. So yeah, that's the business for Liverpool in the transfer window there. So for Leicester, I can't recall Leicester actually doing much business though. I don't think they did any business. I can't recall any business. Maybe a player left, but that's about it. But I can't really remember any type of business done by Leicester in the transfer window. Nobody came in And Filip Benkovic is the only player that left the club on a free transfer to Udinese. So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it for the transfer business between Liverpool here. Well, not between, for Liverpool and for Leicester City. So, yeah. What we're going to talk about right about now is we're just going to take a look at the squads and see, what's going on. For Liverpool, Mohamed Salah versus Mohamed Salah versus Sadio Mane. I don't know why I said Mo. But Mohamed Salah versus... I got a little excited there. Mohamed Salah versus Sadio Mane in the AFCON final. Sadio Mane prevailed with Senegal, and I think Senegal deserved the win. I am yet to talk about the Africa Cup of Nations. Maybe I should talk Africa Cup of Nations final right now, right? Nah, I'm not going to do that. But look, Senegal were the brighter of the two teams. Mane had a penalty. He missed it. Mane, when it comes to penalties, bro, you suck. But I got to give it to you. You got some balls. You went up and took your penalty in the shootout as well and scored it. Rightfully the last penalty to win your team the first ever Africa Cup of Nations. So Liverpool were definitely at the forefront there, and I know Liverpool fans are very, very proud of their players. Salah, disappointing. And look, he could actually miss this game because of hurt. Hurt he felt from losing the final. Mane could actually be involved here after feeling the jubilation. Nah, man, but both players could actually miss the game because they might be just given the week off, or who knows, they might be on the bench. Let's see. But Divock Origi would be a doubt. He's haven't been involved for a while. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain picked up coronavirus. He's a doubt for this. And so too Joe Gomez. Who remembers when the boy Ryan LFC was telling me about how good Joe Gomez is and he's better than this and better than that? Joe Gomez might be leaving Liverpool soon too, so let's see. Keep an eye on that one. For Leicester, Johnny Evans would be out. Timothy Castagne and Jamie Vardy as well, along with Wesley Fofana. Nampalys Mendy won the Africa Cup of Nations with Senegal, so he could be given a week off, and Ryan Bertrand will also miss the game. So Leicester dealing with injuries of their own there as well. It's nice to see James Justin back in the squad, and hopefully for him he remain fit. So, did you know, guys, Leicester City are looking to complete the league double over Liverpool for the first time since the 1998-99 season under Martin O'Neill, while Brendan Rodgers is looking to become only the second former Reds manager in history to complete a league double over them after leaving the club after Kenny Dalglish in 93-94 with Blackburn Rovers. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 14 Premier League contests at Anfield, drawing 4 and winning 10, and have won their last 5 in a row. Their best home winning run since an 8-match streak between July and December of 2020. Against no side have Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp lost more Premier League matches than he has versus Leicester. 4 level with Manchester City. The Foxes are looking to become the first team since Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund in 2014 to beat a Klopp side twice in a league season. Wow. Damn. Nobody did the double over Liverpool since? Oh, god damn. Leicester's Patson Daka has been directly involved in 7 goals in just 9 Premier League appearances so far. 4 goals and 3 assists, averaging a goal or assist every 64 minutes. No Foxes player has ever been involved in more than 7 goals in their first 10 Premier League matches for the club. Also, 7 for Mark Robbins in 1995, Les Ferdinand in 2003, and Islam Slimani in 2016. I actually thought Islam Slimani started well at Leicester and just disappeared though. I don't think he had a very good run at Leicester. He should have been given a better run at Leicester though. That Islam Slimani dude who was ripping it up at, I think he was at Sporting before that. But Chris Kavanagh would be in charge of this match. What's my prediction for the game? Liverpool going to allow Leicester to pull the league double over them. Or the Reds going to bounce back from that loss earlier this season and continue putting the pressure on Manchester City, who are above them on in the table. So look, guys, you gotta commend Liverpool for what they did in January with the absence of both Mo Salah and Sadio Mane and Naby Keita. Look, January and February, Liverpool actually went unscathed so far without all those players, and you gotta commend them, because the talk in the build-up was, Liverpool are gonna miss Salah Mane, right? I was even talking about that, but it's only until late December I realized that they're gonna be fine. So since that 1-0 loss to Leicester City back in December of 2018, December 2021, I don't know why I said 2018, but since that loss, Liverpool drew 2-2 with Chelsea, beat Shrewsbury, drew to Arsenal in the first leg of the EFL Cup, beat Brentford, beat Arsenal in the second leg, beat Palace, beat Cardiff, and now they meet Leicester. So they have been unbeaten since they last played Leicester and lost to them. So could Leicester actually, stop Liverpool's momentum right about now, guys? Look, Diego Jota is playing some really, really good football. Trent Alexander-Arnold, his form has been really good going forward, I must say. I don't know too much about his defensive form, though. I'm not gonna talk about that one and give a lot of praises about it when it comes to that one. But Andy Robertson as well has been playing well. Look, Van Dijk, I think, since he came back from injury, he's been solid, but he's not the same Van Dijk in my opinion, though. Liverpool have been allowing teams opportunities where, I don't know, the defense with the high line, and sometimes they just fall asleep, in my opinion. But overall, been solid. Goal threat as well. Fabinho has been doing his thing in the midfield. Henderson, ever reliable Henderson. And look, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain have definitely stepped up. And for Liverpool, having Harvey Elliott back in the team, Curtis Jones back in the team, Luis Diaz added to the team, they're forced. Minamino has been, playing well in patches as well. Firmino back from injury. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the remainder of the season. And Liverpool's season depends on Liverpool. Let me just put it out there. They have a knack of dropping points, drawing games, losing the other one. It's up to them if they want to keep the pressure on Manchester City here. Are we going to see Salah? Are we going to see Mane? I doubt. Maybe for most, they might be on the bench. But let us see how this one pans out. I do not have any confidence in Leicester City right about now. No Vardy. Johnny Evans, who hold that defense together, he's out. Castagne is out. You do have Ndidi back from the AFCON. But the team has been, they have been a bit disjointed though. I think they're missing Vardy, but Daka's doing a great job. Madison's been good, but they've just been very inconsistent. Tillemans, he has his moments. But I don't think their defense have been good enough at all. I think Soyuncu is a shadow of the player he was when he was being linked with a move to Man City and Liverpool and United and these clubs. You know what I mean? And their defense is just not the at their best right now, in my opinion. A lot of injuries have hampered the team's progress, of course. Kasper Schmeichel remains ever present in goal. You got to give him a shout. But look, Leicester type of team that could show up on the day. We know this. But I think right now, Liverpool are playing some quality football. Even though they could be a bit wasteful, they can be. Got to take their chances. But they remain very, very dangerous throughout games. I don't see anything other than a Liverpool bounce back here to win the game 2-1. They will let in a goal. Leicester will put up a fight. But ultimately, I think Liverpool would win the game. And we're not going to see any Ademola Lookman heroics here this time. Oh, who knows? We just might. But I'm going for Liverpool to win 2-1. So that's my prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. Do appreciate it. For the Reds, their next game will be against Burnley. Then they do have Internazionale Milano in the Champions League. Talking about Champions League, I got to actually make some predictions for that. I think I'm going to prepare my predictions for, and do some predictions this week. Maybe Thursday. I got to get those out. Definitely got to get those out. I've been slacking, though. Liverpool do have to play Norwich and then Leeds United. Some nice games coming up. Burnley, Norwich, Leeds. Oh, wow. Wow, man. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, look. For Leicester, who are in 10th right now, Liverpool are in 2nd. For Leicester in 10th, they have West Ham coming up. Randers in the Conference League. And Wolves in the next few games. So, yeah, we've done it, guys. We have done it. 2 hours, 39 minutes, just about the regular time frame I take to do these. And it's been made a little longer, of course, by me putting in the transfers and all of that. So if I took out the transfers, it would have been about 2 hours, maybe 15 minutes, which isn't bad at all. Guys, it took me a lot to do this, man. I had scheduled this for 8:30, but when I came home, I got home about after 6, and I was so tired I took a nap. It was only supposed to be an hour, ended up being an hour and a half, almost overslept. Came downstairs, I had to run away from Liam because he wanted to come down with me, of course, and run away from my lovely wife upstairs as well, and come down here to talk to you guys. I love to do it, you know what I mean? And we're back talking Premier League football. So the roundup would be sometime this week. I think Thursday night. We're going to be doing a roundup. And then after the roundup on Thursday night, we will be back again. Let me see when the game. Thursday night, we'll be doing a roundup. And we'll be back again on Friday night to do the preview for the weekend matches. So a lot of work to be done. Streams are going to be about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So a lot of work to be done this week, man. So guys, thanks for the continued support on the channel. We're closing in on 50,000 subscribers, man. Lovely stuff. Couldn't have done it without you, and you. It's just a great achievement. It's just a number, really, to be honest. It doesn't really help with much, to be completely honest, but it's a good achievement. It's like, it's just achievements, because it doesn't help with the views. It doesn't really help with anything else. It's just to unlock things. Seriously, it looks good. It's just a vanity metric, if you ask me. Nothing else. So, yeah, man. Big up to everybody who came through, man. Dom heard that if Rodgers lose this one, he's going to get sacked. Lucien Favre is his likely replacement. I think that'll be dumb to sack him. Seriously. That'd be the stupidest decision to sack him, though. Brendan Rodgers, come on. They're bugging out. They're bugging out, though. But look, guys, it's late. I'm about to get out of here. I would actually love to stay on and do a Q&A and check out the other leagues and everything. But I'll have to do that another time. I haven't checked out the other leagues on the live stream in a while. But, guys, I've been busy, man. I've been real busy. But I've been consistent. I've been keeping up with things. Man. But yeah, man, yeah, it was fun. I'll talk to you guys soon, man. Thanks to everybody who liked the video. How many likes we got right now? I need to buy a new laptop too, guys. My laptop screen broke, and I actually got the laptop hooked up to the TV. So yeah, using the monitor there, we got 61 likes. We did great. Okay, so guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to head on over to cardsplug.com. You see my boy Michael up there? Yeah, cardsplug.com. See all the nice cards on the wall. I'm an affiliate partner. Have sold over 500 plus cards already. So have hooked people up with a nice little discount. You could get your discount by using the code Dominic Rich FC. 35% off, guys. Big fat discount, man. Big fat discount. I don't know how long it will last, but yeah, they hooked me up with a nice discount there. I do appreciate that. So head on over to cardsplug.com, choose from the over 100 plus designs, and treat a loved one, a friend, or yourself to a nice football card, man. It is a lovely gift. Trust me, especially if you're into football, it will be a nice gift for anybody. So, links in the description box down below. Thanks for tuning in to another one from your boy Dom. Until next time, I gotta wake up in about 4 hours to go to work, and I'm not looking forward to it. Where I have a long ass day tomorrow as well. Until next time, thanks again. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.